Ahoy, wonders, and welcome back to the table. Ooh, look at that. Look at that rain down there. It didn't explode like I expected, but, you know, it was real nice to watch it fall. So, how you guys doing today?
I'm doing all right. I got this neat little Ezra mini.
Yeah, we
very,
got this
very,
sent
very small,
in
difficult to show on
by
camera.
a Nick Smith up in Manhattan.
Thank you,
He's
Nick.
graduating this year. He got us a little minifig. Let's see if we can... It
Yeah.
never shows up properly on these, but it's a lovely little minifig from Hero Forge. It's got a. You can try.
we
I
can
mean, it's
try
not going to
it.
be focused, but
Let's see. How does that look on the preview?
not great.
As the tech guy,
Yeah,
and
it's not going to
lo, the
work.
tech guy Monty Pythoned his way into focus.
Grant did get a good picture of him. He'll probably tweet it out. We'll give that a
Yeah.
retweet. But thank you kindly, Nick Smith.
Very good stuff.
Good looking stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ben,
Speaking of
you
good-looking
seem
stuff,
to have dropped a few.
I'm not this week.
You dropped a few ounces of hair, it seems.
Yeah.
You know, I hadn't really gotten a good look at you until
It's weird, right?
I'm just gonna need some time.
Hi, I'm evil.
Yeah.
Hey.
So I went to, speaking of our Twitters, if you follow mine, you saw me dressed up as Wedding Mario for a costume party I went to, which involved me shaving down to the mustache. And then I had exactly one mustache stream just to get people to stop asking me. And then
just to know you did it.
now we're stuck with this for a couple of weeks.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
Beards grow out quicker than you think
yeah.
they do.
Every day
Yeah.
you get closer to being back.
This is day 5.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I shaved this morning.
yeah. On my way
yeah.
to the table.
So if you ask me how my day has been,
I didn't, but go ahead. He's got the creature
Ah.
codex.
Ooh.
I have a feeling we're gonna
Gonna
be
run
seeing,
into
seeing some critters.
something fancy and relatively homebrewed, but balanced to the specifications of Cobalt Press.
Absolutely.
Or perhaps not balanced to any specifications whatsoever. I don't know. I like making up my own monsters, and I never really think about it twice. I've only nearly wiped my party in my campaign twice so far.
all right. So you guys faced the woolly mammoth kraken beast. That's also the size of a planet. Roll initiative.
Okay, I recognize a bunch of those things.
I think I could fight
wait,
one
that's
of
right.
those.
No, that's right. That's right. I have to add in the impronounceable name, the Ukapilkaplis. Ah, very good.
They're
So you do know about the lore. All right, let me get my courage juice going.
Delicious courage juice.
Nice piping hot courage juice
Did you hear that there's going to be a Courage the Cowardly Dog prequel?
On Boomerang.
on Boomerang.
where all the old people cartoons are. Do you
Yeah,
remember Boomerang
like-
when it
yeah,
came out with
yeah.
the Flintstones?
Yeah,
and
Boomerang with, things that are too old for you to remember.
Jabberjaw.
Things that are too old for you to remember, like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh my God, is that on
Yes.
Boomerang?
Yes, it is.
Now you motherfuckers.
We're old, apparently.
Yeah, it's also got Dexter's Lab. You know, the new ones with those weird backgrounds.
Oh.
Hello, darkness, my old
Yeah.
friend.
Wait, is it regular show on Boomerang?
I think so, yeah. I think they've started airing it there.
Okay, so they've just changed the identity of Boomerang.
If it's
to
not
being a
there, I know
millennial
Chowder
What's
product.
fucking
is
weird is
now.
now they're coming out with new shows, but they're based on old shows, so it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Why is okay? The entire purpose of the naming convention of Boomerang
It comes back.
is that it's a throwback.
Yeah, it's all coming back.
It's fucking whatever. Let's go kill a genie.
Anyway, in a world far from this,
Some would say a better one.
In a world from convoluted broadcasting, where we last left, I say that as
Our
the GM
Saturday
and who
morning
homebrews.
heroes.
Convoluted broadcasting. You all know who you are. Where last we left our heroes, they had dealt with the hostage situation with Almorad, the so-called Ifrit genie, who had kidnapped someone of the Neris Estate's son and put them up for ransom. After dealing with a lot of wacky shenanigans falling out of an entire building, somehow, Almorad escaped.
Mystery.
As mysteriously as he appeared.
He disappeared on a tiny fat horse.
Yep. Using a phantom steed, the Almorad had gotten a clean getaway while the rest of the crew started to featherfall their way down, unfortunately running away from the situation. The kobold guard that assisted you in accompanying you to the hostage situation decided that the boy's life was far too much of an importance than capturing Almorad.
It's okay, we stole most of their money.
Yeah.
Appropriated.
We got
Yep.
it on the back end.
Returning back to the Neris estate, you were introduced to Mars, the boy's father, who has a very, very deep power play when it comes to the Neris estate. He has a lot of
There's something
motives. He has a lot of motives.
Something about regicide and
However, stating that he would never enact such a thing, he's just speaking out on his own.
Of course.
He's speaking on. He's
If
speaking of
anything,
how he
I was
feels
the one
before.
instigating a coup by just asking about it. Like, look, is this where this is going?
I mean, we might know some other coup that you can get back on.
Yeah, because if this is gonna be well, now you're signing us up to kill the king. Have I got news for you?
Feeling weirded out by the scenario and not sure what to think if this was a smart idea, the party decided it would be a good idea to get the fuck out of Dodge, where they were immediately assaulted by their new friend, Stretch, asking them where the fuck is his meal that you promised not once, not twice, but 3 times and have not delivered. He knows exactly where Almorad went, and he wants you guys to deliver on that promise.
Well, Stretch, if you can lead us to where Almorad is, I promise you. I pull from my pack 2 days worth of rations. I know this isn't much and it's not fresh, but I can give you this now to satisfy the terms we've failed to meet. If you can lead us to Almorad.
Roll a dexterity check.
Something tells me the fact that it's not fresh is actually better.
A dex save, apparently. I'm sorry.
A dex save.
Yep.
If it is a save, and then I've got a 22.
22.
If he's reaching for my rations, I'm gonna. Snap.
Oh yeah, no, you're just like, well, I had to. Whoa!
Nope.
Easy.
No.
Nice try. I say, wielding the rations, holding them thusly.
The DM puts his shroud back on
You're fine. You lost your hat in the heat.
in the heat of the moment.
Man, I'm gonna just throw this out there. How many drows did those Zorn boys kill? They was cooked and everything for you.
Not encased in lava, they weren't.
Oh yeah, that. Okay.
That'd probably get rid of a lot of the eaty parts.
Plus, I'm not swimming through lava. That's stupid.
Is it? No, it is. It definitely
That's
is.
a fair point.
I'm sorry. I was just being contradictory for the sake of it. I apologize.
And I'm
Stretch.
assuming you can't eat the golems. They probably don't have a whole lot of meat.
They disappeared. They
yeah.
phased through the earth and were never seen again.
Well, it just so happens that we were wondering where Almorad's been shacking up ever since we last saw him. So if you got an idea where he is,
Of course I do. Now, he just like turns and looks at you. But I'm not about to show you where he is without your solemn oath.
Well, let's put it this way. You lead us to him and something's going to die, correct? It's either going to be us and then you get 3 meals, or it's going to be him and then you get 1 big fat meal.
spicy meal.
Fine. But I'm sticking close this time. He perches himself on Eloy's back.
Yay!
All right, ass. That way.
That is an accurate descriptor of what I am. Therefore, I will not take offense.
Lead on, Stretch.
Just gonna take us back out into the desert, because
Yes, it is.
Oh, Lord. I'm gonna go refill my water.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah. If you guys have something you wish to do, like I'm giving you one quick thing to do.
Refilling water seems like a good call.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Vagan's been sitting there this whole time. I'm still here.
Hey, if he wants to come along, I'm not gonna stop him. We used his caravan before, and
Now he like looks over. You see him like meander his way over to Stretch. So literally right next to Eloy. So Mr. Bird, right? Where exactly did this genie fellow of yours went? Started going off into that really large, like nearby the city. You don't say. Anything specific about where you saw him run off to? Yeah, it looked like this big blue windstorm off in the distance.
Did it look like a maw of a splendor?
Was it a splendorous
Variety?
Well, you got your clue that he's heading there. So your next grandiose adventure is finding Almorad in the Splendor Maw.
Just real quick, just so I can keep the timeline straight for myself.
You are at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
4 o'clock in the afternoon. We were worried about the coronation of the king. When is that? Like, how far away is it?
Including this day, you're adding another 2. So you have tonight and then the next 2 days.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I thought it was closer than that. But all right, yeah, if we got that time, then yeah. Because initially I was worried it was going to be if we go after Almorad, we might be missing the coronation or really rushing to get
Literally,
there.
what you're doing is actually heading closer back to Eberkal this whole time.
Okay.
So even if you did go back to Furfos and then headed back to Eberkal, you would still have like a day and a half's time.
Okay. If that is the case, then yeah, for sure. We are following Stretch's direction.
Are we going to have some time to rest to regain any of our spent spells?
Just know that if you do so, you're going to be spending those hours.
Yeah.
And that's time
Yeah,
spent.
that is time.
I think I would rather have spells when going up against a powerful genie.
No, that...
Because I used both of mine.
Yeah, and that was on the fight he got away. So if we're going to be throwing all of our spells at him
All right,
again...
so
Yeah. Well, you regain spells on a short rest, right?
No, actually, I read I read up on it. I do still need a long rest.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
that would be
Yeah.
another 8 hours. So that would mean you guys would be marching off around midnight.
Okay. Hey, you know what? Going in the
It'd be
desert is
darker.
dark.
Yeah. It'll be darker. It'll be less hot. In fact, it'll be quite cool.
A night surprise attack might even be in our favor.
So you guys plan to do a long rest?
I think so. Yeah, I think with the
I think it'd be
combat
best
ahead
for
of
all
us,
of us.
and it sounds like we're not crunching the clock too hard.
Still
so
have a bit of wounds that I'd like to heal up.
Alrighty. So get your spell slots, get your full HP back. Nighttime besets on Furfos as you guys take a little bit of a long breather at the Paper Wasp. Stretch is sitting outside on top of a cactus, just all pissy, just waiting for you, like, come on!
I leave him a day's worth of rations.
So, like I said, you guys have at least like one extra thing you could do. It has to be quick and short, though. Something you could do within those 8 hours if you feel necessary.
Yeah. Furfos, are there many markets around or anything?
The whole entire outside of the Neris estate is people trying to peddle out pieces of the Torch Tongue relics that they've been finding. So it's a very busy, busy, bustling marketplace.
All right. Did I write that down?
If you're looking for mundane stuff, you could absolutely find it.
Well, I was going to. We were given that plate armor for as a prize, and it's not something I'm going to be able to wear. So I was just going to be showing it off around at the markets, being like, "Hey, what kind of price do you think you'd give me on this? This is a real fancy armor that I got from the Neris estate specifically. I feel like that should probably catch a few eyes, get some.
If you wish to peddle on the marketplace, I'd like you to roll me a persuasion check.
All right. Not the best, but not terrible. 16.
16. All right. You find someone traveling in and out of the city, like almost about to head home, not going towards Eberkal, but actually heading down south from the plateau. There are other establishing cities further into the desert. Someone who is a collector of clothing actually is very interested in your garb, thinking that it might prove useful for anyone who wants to go out into the Torch Tongue Plains to find some more relics. He will sell it to you, but before he does, he wants to know if you have the permit.
We do. Yes, I hold out the permit that we were given from what was his name?
Hippolyte.
Hippolyte, yeah.
Yes,
Connor's
so
friend.
showing him the paperwork, reading it over, he finds it agreeable. He also has a piece of paper that allows him to trade in such things. He will offer you, let me double check here, because I'm trying to convert this into rubies. His asking price will be... His asking sell will be 450 rubies.
I say four. You said how much did you say? 450?
He'll give you 450.
450. I request 475. With a persuasion of 23.
Begrudgingly, he accepts.
You've made a fine deal, sir. This will protect whoever you sell it to out in the desert. I'm sure you will have a very happy customer if it is not yourself. And I pocket those 475 rubies.
Yep.
So after doing some outside reading about what kind of armor I can actually use, not much, as it turns out, as a bard, I've selected the chain shirt, and I'm gonna ask, since we're here talking to this guy, like, hey man, are you an armorer by trade, or do you know anybody who works in armors, by the way?
Probably in the township where I hail from, but no one here.
No one here? All right. I'll keep that one in my pocket for later then. Thank you, sir.
Are you still willing to try and sell it off?
Well, my thought was, I mean, it's just this chain link shirt, right? Well, that's a little heavy for me. I'm more of a light, like to keep my mobility. I got this studded leather. But I was wondering, like, maybe if I could find somebody who can work the armor just right. Maybe take off some of these links and put them in a leather shirt, like studs and studded leather. So maybe it wouldn't be as strong as chain armor, obviously, but maybe I could still get some of that heat-proof mojo.
Go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
15.
15. You find someone who's willing to scrap the chain off it.
Oh, thank you so much.
But it will cost you.
How much is that going to run me?
Let's see, with the amount that for trying, are you also trying to keep the same properties on the, that's the problem here, is that if you're willing to keep this, if you want to keep the same properties on the clothing, but also get rid of the leather and make it go down, that's going to add an extra money, a bit of cash to it.
Gotcha. Yeah, my thought was to see if I could use the chain links to get the heat-proof properties while still having the stats of studded leather, because I cannot wear bards are proficient only in light armor, and chain counts as medium.
Well,
so there's not much I can do armor-wise that's gonna boost my AC.
okay, here's the problem. He can do one of two things.
Okay.
He can boil it down with half of the effects to he can boil it down to light armor with half of the effects, so something's going to be taken away. Or he could give you bracers that are the same thing but don't grant you an AC bonus.
Ooh, okay, all right. Now that sounds good. Now can you? I'm sorry, I've got these tiger skin gauntlets, and
that will clash. You have to take them off.
Oh,
What if you get shin guards?
Ooh, yeah. Could you make shin guards out of them?
He looks down at your legs.
Okay, how about this then? Make the bracers, and could you throw in could you turn my tiger skin gauntlets into shin guards?
Wait, what about horseshoes?
Ooh.
Could you make one long thin bracer for your tail?
Okay, if you okay, I'm going to allow this then, because again, you're doing this within 8 hours of a long rest.
Right.
You can forego your long rest, and he will make those your actual horseshoes.
Ooh.
You know what? I only used one spell slot that whole last combat. I was mostly tossing out potions and scrolls, so I am good with that.
All right, you forego your long rest. Eloy disappears. He comes back with these red-hot, brass flaming fucking horseshoes.
All right.
Guys, look
Got wings on the side of them.
Yep, pretty much. He's got fucking spoilers, and they spin. They don't stop.
That man is. He said he wasn't an armorer.
No,
he did that in one night.
However,
could have fooled me.
However, there is the cost. He could do this, but there is the cost of payment.
Okay, what's it gonna run?
It's gonna cost you 630 rubies.
Whew, that's more than the armor was worth.
I mean,
He's making this a permanent piece of his body. He's getting +5 to heat resist. He's getting heat resistance on his person.
Also, to be fair, he was buying the armor off of me.
That's true. He needs to sell it back at
resell.
a.
He was looking to sell it at a markup. So
I would still negotiate.
That's what I rolled. You can negotiate, but that's what I rolled. And I'm giving you the options of that could be the thing. You permanently could have heat resistance.
yeah, I mean, that's a really good thing.
no, that sounds real strong. Especially going in to fight a fire genie.
Yeah. Let's see.
Choices.
I
Making this shit hard for you boys.
Now, here's the thing. I don't have that many rubies on my person. But what if... let me see
They
if-
can still mark up in gold too. So if you don't have rubies, you could also either exchange in trade or in gold.
I'll tell you what.
How many rubies do you have?
I got 320.
Dagon will front you 500.
I'll tell you what, though. All right, we'll call that Plan B. I don't want you to spend all your rubies if we can help it. I got these radiant arrows, and they're real good. But I had 30 of them. I used all of 2 last time. I could spare you 10 of them. How much would that knock off the price for me?
Roll me a persuasion check.
That would be a modified. Oh, 21.
By the way, did you take your share of the 2,000 that we got?
No, I didn't add that to me. Yeah, if we're splitting that.
Okay, you matched. However, I will grant you this. You know that this place is like all about religious and like holy hoo-ha, and you have holy arrows.
It was you and I.
Sell me on this. Sell me on these arrows. Why are they holy? What do they represent? And you possibly can walk away with this.
So here's the thing about these arrows, right? Real good against vampires. You got vampires, these will boom, take care of them right like that. You know why? Because they're, as far as I know, I'm fairly 98% sure that they were blessed by Selima herself. And she's all about summer, which I know you boys like. And vampires, they hate summer. Heat, sun everywhere. That's why they can't stand it.
It's a big bummer for him.
Rolling a knowledge history for him because of the current goings on in Furfos.
The name drop of Selima.
Well, he doesn't want to be eaten by creatures of the night. He accepts. All right, artists. You now have some new horseshoes and Eloy.
His glowing red hooves of
Now all we
fire
gotta do is
immunity.
just give him hydraulics. And then that Ed, Ed and Eddie like car horn sound effect.
Horseshoes of fire resistance.
All right, you hand over the money, you forego your 8 hours of rest, and you walk back with some new shoes that you cannot take off.
Check out my kicks.
Why would I ever? These are great.
Dagon.
Oh, Dagon went to fucking sleep.
Oh yeah.
He went with them. He doesn't feel like doing any shopping. He was willing to lend Eloy some money if he needed it because he's been a very kind host.
Having money is a new thing for Dagon. It
Very
seems.
much
An
so.
experience you might want to prolong a little bit.
Yeah, Dagon does. This is more money than he has probably seen.
I'm going to roll something for Frida for what she does in her time. She will just take a regular flat rest.
Okay.
And with that, Vagan this whole time has disappeared. You don't know where he went off to for these 8 hours, but he was there for you guys when you're ready to escape the, You're ready to leave the city. He's there.
That's about right.
Okay,
He's sitting there waiting for you. He's actually like sitting there with Stretch, just like, come on, let's go. Let's get this over. Let's do this.
I imagine
Honestly-
the bird sitting on his shoulder doing the same pantomime.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm surprised you didn't go on your own. I feel like you're kind of a well-traveled adventurer. Seems like you know your way around the place.
Well-traveled, yes. Adventure,
I figured you might scope the place out. I don't know.
well, you know of the dangers of this place, don't you? It's what happens when a fae grabs almost anything of the same sort of magical presence of itself into one condensed area. It's something pulled from the entire world, put into one place.
I mean, yeah, that's a big deal, but,
Who knows what we'll be facing?
look at all those
And
notes you got. You don't get those for going to
I
safe
know.
places.
A fire genie. A fire genie is what we will be facing.
I guess that's what you'll be facing.
Hooray! I got it in one.
Good job.
Look,
Nice
Look, I'll be real with you. I'm only in this because I know there's something so very particular in there that I'd like to get my hands on. Something that I've been following for quite some time. I even talked to this one fellow who was on and on about the fact that he pissed off Vlazimith and he kept blinking in and out of existence. But something about his clues actually brought me here.
Oh, hold on a second. This fella, you have a name? Was his name 2 letters?
I believe, like, BJ, CJ, something of that matter.
That sounds close enough.
Good. Different guy. Great. Perfect.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Don't you worry about it, Dagon.
Well, anyway, I followed his advice because he was trying to find something, but then it was snatched away from him by the Splendor Maw in just the last second.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
I really feel like I'm out of the loop on something.
Well, whatever the case is, he blinked away before he grabbed the object, and before I could grab the object, it was taken away by Fey magic. Something of an archfey, that of which I know, considering he looks over to you, Ezra, he just speaks in Slyvan, being we are part of the same thing.
Yeah, I very casually but clearly, like, shyly just sort of respond. Just
Yeah.
like, no, keep it on the DL.
At least you could speak it too, so this will be easy.
I just don't like to show it off.
Damn moon speak.
So, yes, I know I've kind of like pushed myself into this, but listen, if you could just do me a favor and help me get this thing. If I can find what I'm looking for, the rest of the treasure is all yours. I don't care. And again, this thing is a collective pool of treasure from the entire planet.
All right, you drive a hard bargain, but I think we'll consider it.
And also, wasn't this yours? He holds out the ring of free action.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand the hunting code of finders keepers, so.
Oh, well, I'll make it even sweeter. You help me get what I want, I'll give this back to you.
I'd have a much easier time helping you get what you want if I had that ring.
You could, but no. You just watch as he gives you that same salesman shit-eating grin you gave him.
Yeah.
He gives it right back to you and pockets it in his shirt.
Yeah, fair enough.
You can't swindle a swindler.
My eyes narrow. I know.
What? Stretch is going as he's sitting down
No,
on
you
Eloy's
cannot.
back.
Me and this guy just smugging off while the bird's just freaking out.
So as we're traveling to this place, Eloy is going to be going over and over in his mind, trying to think of every detail he can think of anything Scrung said about the ring he's looking for. Because treasures from all over the world says, ooh, if I could find that and bring it back to Scrung, he'd be so happy, and then he'd be my real friend.
Imagine all the goblin brownie points we could get.
Dagon's thinking about having a house.
All right, roll me a knowledge history check.
10.
That's been so long ago.
Oh no, Eloy's memory's as bad as mine.
You remember it's a ring, and it has something in goblin on it. And remember, Scrung is a prince, but you don't know what the emblem is. All right, so you guys leave, but surprisingly, now that it's midnight on Furfos, you feel that like, oh, maybe we don't need to worry about all this baggy clothing anymore, especially for people who have never lived in the desert before. You know that that's a stupid idea, and having the same amount of clothes is very helpful and protects you from the fucking bait and switch of cold. So everyone here roll a survival check.
Blida.
17.
Hell, why do I ever wear any clothes? Woo! Natural wonders.
Yeah. 18.
Roll me a con saving throw. With disadvantage.
Disadvantage can't do much to me in that roll.
And yet it did.
That would be a non-natural. Actually, wait. That would be a
Modified.
modified 3. Never mind. Subtracting instead of adding. Bloop.
I was gonna say, I don't think Eloy gets any negatives to anything.
Woo! Yeah, this fell apart a little bit.
Oh no!
It's unfortunate, but we'll glue it back together. It's fine.
Yeah.
Eloy has contracted the common cold.
He's got the sniffles.
Eloy.
Anything that requires strength, dexterity, and constitution from here on out, anything that requires those rolls will now take a disadvantage.
Woof.
Frida, despite all of this nonsense, is actually pretty okay with the cold. She's letting it all. She's got like an arm out here and there. She's completely fine with the cold. She's numb to it.
The chill feels like an invisible dagger,
Yep.
just like home.
Let me roll for Vagan now.
She was never particularly bothered by changes in temperature anyway.
Yeah.
Rolling a con save for Vagan. Vagan also has a cold.
Hey, Frida, is there something you could stab me with to just take care of this, or?
Dagon offers you a sip from basically like a flask of whiskey. It'll warm your blood.
Do you accept? Because I have ways to play with this.
I'm sure you do, but it's in character, so I accept. Thank you, Dagon.
You're welcome.
Roll a con save.
6.
Disadvantage.
Can't do much worse.
6.
No!
He's got a cold.
He's-
It's from bad to worse.
He's
You're
sick.
drunk. Wisdom saves now. Take dexterity. Take disadvantage.
There you go. It'll feel better by the time we get there.
Although, on the plus side,
feeling
you no longer
great.
feel the effects of a common cold.
Does that include not feeling the disadvantage to rolls effects?
Yes.
Oh, so all right, no, that works.
So you've
That's
just traded your knowledge roll, your con rolls for your knowledge rolls.
Or, yeah, your wisdom.
Or yeah.
hooray! Now I get to try to do this voice drunk instead of with cold. It's good.
I'm helping.
As fucking Vagan is also just like, give warm, please.
I just want a drink of the warm.
If it helps, give, please. I don't feel good.
Should I hold on to that ring for you, just so you're not, spreading?
Oh yeah, you don't want to
germs
get.
it? I can trade you. Whiskey for ring. It's good stuff. Fair enough. And we continue on our way.
Fagin looks surly
Yep.
as he continues to deal with his cold.
All right. A couple of hours roll by. It takes like 3 hours for you guys to travel almost on the same road, heading back over towards Ibercal. Just before you could see the Acropolis, just off of the distance, you actually, not Vagan, Stretch tells you to make a turn off the road, heading more towards the northern side. So if you were leaving from Ibercal, you would be actually heading west of the city, off into the desert at this point. I need everyone to roll me a perception check.
23.
18.
18 as well.
Frida is gonna get a 17. You see winds, like you could actually see like the sand kicking up in the winds a little bit, and you feel a breeze hit you even harder. But this feels artificial, and it feels like it's centralizing itself at a certain point. If you walk back, you're outside of that like little gust of wind. Walking forward again, you're back inside of it. And the further you walk into it, that feeling is getting stronger. Looking off at the distance, you see the winds kind of like blowing up in a spiral-like state, almost like there's a tornado effect going on.
Dagon wraps his cloak around his mouth, puts his goggles down. Sandstorm.
You say that, but at the same time, you put your hand out and you feel the sand course through your hand, but there's also something added to this. All of a sudden, you like reach your hand back, and this weird sensation of almost sea salt, like, is rising from the scent of your hand.
Okay, salt storm. Either way, it's magical, but still, don't want to get that shit in your eyes.
Off in the distance, you see that. Do you guys keep going forward, or what's your course of action at this point? You
Okay.
feel like you're at the entry point of this vortex.
I look to Vagan and Stretch, and
Stretch-
Dagon since he's been in the desert.
Stretch just looks at you. Just holds his wing out, like, come on,
This is the way we go?
go,
Anyone know what this is?
go.
I look to Vagan since he seems to be a little bit less.
He like holds his hand out. Oh, I wish I could taste right now, but I think we're getting close.
I hold my hand out and taste. Is it salt?
It goes good with agave.
Yeah.
Roll me a survival check.
Oh boy! More of these. How's 10 do me?
You get a piece of tumbleweed and you snatch it.
Tastes bristly.
Yep. Tastes like grass, but you don't mind. You're a donkey man.
It's true.
Well, doesn't seem like it's hurting anyone. I guess forward we go.
You press on. Very well. Everyone roll me a survival check again.
Wow. Modified 20.
22.
9.
Don't worry, Vagan got a 6. But now for Frida. Frida also failed this. The winds are picking up more and more. You can see off in the distance it's getting a little bit harder to see, almost like there's this weird thick fog, almost like congealing in front of you. But for some reason, you're also starting to see like what looks like a building, almost like a temple of some sort off in the distance. But it's really tiny, and also the sand around you, or at least around your camel's hooves, and for you, unfortunately, around your hooves, you start to feel that there's little puddles of water actually appearing on the floor as you keep going forward.
How's our visibility right now? Like, can we see through this sandstorm?
You can see the silhouette of the building, but like going in further, it's gonna get worse.
All right. I take this 50 foot of silk rope I have and start passing it back the line so that we at least stay connected.
All right, so anyone who has disadvantages on perception checks will flat out average while holding on to this.
Okay.
Everyone takes a piece of the rope, and you press on. By the way, you're still on like people who are riding. You're on camels at this point.
We have new meat.
Yeah.
Meat Junior, son of meat.
Yeah, Vagan provided the camels this time around, but he failed to mention how he got them.
Failed to ask.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. None of us questioned it.
Everyone roll a survival check one more time.
21.
Knew a bad one was coming eventually. 10.
14.
Survival is wisdom.
Oh. I thought you had said wisdom saves. Okay. Hey, still a modified 20.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, sorry, I might have said that. I meant to say on wisdom rolls.
All right, no, that's totally fine. I mean,
The effects of alcoholism have to hit somewhere in these games, so it's
Yeah.
either going to be in charisma or wisdom.
no, that's fine. I don't know if I heard you wrong or if you said wrong, but if that's the way it is, that's fine.
To
Yeah.
some people, charisma is affected inversely.
Let me roll for Vagan. Vagan. Oh, he didn't take the alcohol, so he's fine. He actually passed with a 20. Frida passed as well. Everyone's fine, but everyone can now feel the effects of the storm hitting them. Like, you are walking into this fog, all of a sudden you just feel a gust of wind push you almost off your camels.
Oh.
Sand is picking up, but also, like, when you guys were on your ship, you feel like the hit of when the ocean winds pick up some of the waves as they crash upon the ship. That's what you're feeling at this point. So to a lot of you, this doesn't feel strange. But having this happen while you're standing or sitting on a camel, that's a little bit strange because now the camels don't know what to do about it. They are still pushing forward, but they're getting a little bit of... You're feeling slack and a little bit of give from them because they're just like, fuck, what do we do? I don't know what the hell's going on.
I try to calm down and like cheer up my camel with some animal handling. 6.
Roll an athletics check to stay on your
You
camel.
son of. Okay. I don't stay on that camel. Oh, wait, that's a 7, not a 1. You said athletics?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a 7.
7?
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay. Whoop!
Am I still holding onto the rope?
Yes.
Okay. And so long as I'm not lost.
All right, back that captain.
However, I am gonna roll for the camel to see if he rides off. Your camel runs away.
May have lost my steed. The sandstorm kind of spooked her.
So you have a choice now. You can either ride on back with...
Anybody want to double up?
You can ride on back with Dagon, or you can ride on back with Vagan.
Dagon,
Or you can ride on Eloy.
Who has the common cold and is drunk.
That's why it sounds like an extra good idea to me right now.
Honestly, you do need a designated driver, Eloy. Perhaps I should sit on your back.
onward.
Yeah, I think I'll board Eloy.
Hop on that ass.
Okay.
Using my animal handling skills.
Who's taking front point at this point?
I try
It's
to
been
sell
me.
them. Yeah.
You? Okay. I need you to roll me a perception check.
Not the worst. A 13.
Our crew
Okay.
is really bad at holding on to camels.
You keep going forward, like it's fine. You're starting to feel that the camel's starting to reach an incline. You keep going down and down and down. But you can still see the temple off in the distance. Like you can still see the silhouette of the temple right in front of you. You keep going down until finally you feel something like cold hit your feet, and it rises up to your hip, but the camel's still going, but then stops. You're standing in water. Like waist-high water, and your camel's like now keeping its head up.
Hey, guys, I feel like the desert was supposed to not have water. I thought that was
Well,
what I always read.
You don't see, you don't get up to this yet.
yeah,
Right
you're
now,
still
it's Dagon's is doing this
Gotcha.
at this point.
Well, this is intriguing.
What do you do in response to this? Because they're about to catch up to you, and you're going deeper into the water, or the camel just stopped.
I yell, hold up!
Perceptions for the wind is wailing super hard right now.
What can I roll for my yell?
It's still a perception, but they have
Okay.
to hear you.
16.
Modified 20.
What do your donkey ears hear?
All right, Frida and Vagan are having a hard time hearing this, but you two hear it, so you stop.
Hold up, guys.
Everybody!
Yeah, and since they're close to you, they stop too. So you hear Dagon's voice call out to you as it's wisping in the sands, and you all of a sudden it feels like, wait, did Dagon get shorter? Because he's below you at this point.
Dagon, did you get down off your camel?
Nope. Just went down into what seems to be some type of ravine. I'm going to try to rear the camel back out of it.
All right, animal handling.
That is a 18.
Your camel didn't help, but with your guidance, it was able to get itself back out.
Back, move. There you are.
You turn the K-turn the camel.
All right, I'm going to basically tie the rope to the reins so that the camel will not run off if it gets spooked or startled, so that
Okay.
everybody else is attached to it.
Well, you return. Everyone now notices that Dagon's camel is like neck high, like soaked in water, and up to his waist is soaked in water.
And now we're getting a bunch of sand and salt stuck to us thanks to the storm. I'm going to hop off the camel and just like kind of get down and check this.
Stumble into an oasis?
Seems that way.
Oasis? That sounds... that sounds about right for the Splendor Maw. It's surrounded by water.
Do we need to go through it, or is there a way around?
I'm not sure. I never made it this far.
Well, water won't really hold any problems for me.
If anyone else wants to roll an investigation check, unless there's something you want to do, now knowing that there's a body of water in front of you towards this temple.
I'll investigate.
That's a lie.
That is a 13.
An 18 for me.
Also an 18.
13, 18, 18. Let me roll for Frida. Nah, she ain't. she ain't able to see a lot of good stuff here. She's not doing too well on these rolls. She got like a 14, so not great, but still not good. You guys actually see that there seemed like you going forward, you noticed that there was the sand that kind of like dipped forward, so you're like searching on the ground, looking around. You notice that there's plant life in the water that doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. Like, there's a lily pad here, there's some cat grass sticking up out of there. It's all different and collective different pieces of flora and fauna that are inside this water. You, on the other hand, Eloy, through your little bit of a haze, you're just like, oh god, I don't want to see. Why don't we just take that road that's right there? You look down on the floor and notice that there's actually a sandstone path that leads towards the temple.
Good point.
I mean, okay, so you see it too. I wasn't sure if that was just the whiskey.
You saw all the different collective bits of different flora and fauna. You saw the sandstone path.
The bridge
so
or whatever.
based between the two of you, like there's a straight path that leads to it, but you don't know what's gonna happen going down this path, and you know that there's different kinds of shit in this water that if you did traverse through the water, there could be something that will meet you in there.
Yeah. We're going to this place where all this weird fey magic seems to be gathering. Probably don't want to hang out
fey
in the
magic
water.
just plucks shit from the planet and puts it in one place.
How wide is this path?
That would have to be another investigation check on Eloy.
I just meant, is it something that our camels could walk on?
5.
Investigation check.
I mean, if he's pointed it out, I'm guessing.
He's pointed it out, but like through the wisping sands.
Sure.
Getting close enough to have an accurate
this
read on
investigation
it.
check is a 12.
You probably have enough space to put 2 camels next to each other going forward.
Oh, side to side? Okay,
Yeah.
then we're fine if we march in single file as we have been. Mm-hmm. So Dagon would get back up on his camel and try to rear it towards this path.
Start heading on that.
Oh, see no better way than this.
All right. Are you guys going to follow him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Roll one more. Roll me one more survival with disadvantage.
What's the disadvantage regarding? Is it...
It's the storm.
All right, do I get anything for having, like, goggles and stuff prepared for this, or... If not, it's cool. Just asking for the preparedness.
No, like for the most part, the fact that you guys were so prepared is the reason why you didn't get a lot of You didn't get a lot of disadvantages previously.
Gotcha. 16.
16. All
It
right.
was also 16.
10.
Okay. The water touching Bear's skin now almost feels like it's burning. It still is water, but it's getting scalding the more you actually go down this pathway.
Oh, thank God for this new plate armor.
Yep. It's starting to seep into your clothing enough that now it's like, okay, now this is getting uncomfortable. Like, it's not burning your skin. It's just leaving these really weird rashes. Like, it's almost like a shitload of mosquito bites is hitting you the moment it actually hits, the water hits your skin. I would like... So, it's... Unfortunately, you guys were able to take the brunt of this with no problem. Like, your clothing is enough to protect it. Eloy is far too much skin for that to happen. And Vagan is so uncoordinated with his illness that he can't handle it. I need you to roll me a... I need you to roll me a con save.
All right.
I'm gonna roll for Vagan as well. Nat 1, never mind.
Slightly better. 5.
You are rained down with water that almost feels like it's becoming more and more solid. It's not hail. It's not ice. It's arcane magic. You are being bombarded with raindrops that feel like a magic missile spell.
Meanwhile, Ezra, you're on top of you. You're just doing fine.
Yeah.
Walking
It's
through
raining
raindrops.
cats and dogs in this desert, am I right?
You are taking 7 points of damage, and Vagan, unfortunately, is taking...
Is dead.
He's taking 14. Woo!
We're 14 hit points closer to getting that ring for
You guys,
You're thinking too small time, Dagon. My goal is to eventually have Vagan pay me to take the ring back.
Convince him it's cursed.
Yeah.
I get you.
you continue
What do you think
onward,
the free action is?
and then out of nowhere, you feel the rain stop. And then all of a sudden, the sun just beams in your eyes as soon as you get close enough.
Mother!
You
Midnight!
Yep. No, that's what's weird about it. You walk through this arcane rain. You look up. It's broad daylight outside. Around you is this veil and foggy mist that also is having, like, if you look back, that light blue kind of tint as, like, the raindrops look like arcane magic. So you just look at Eloy and just like, wait, what the hell happened? You turn around and there's just, like, a fucking cacophony of magic arcane, like, bullshit behind you.
I just rolled. I have an 18 on the die. I don't know if this would be perception or investigation, but from looking around, can I tell if are we in a totally different place? Like, is this actually like basically just like a wormhole we've walked into that is now we are no longer in a desert?
No, it's the same place.
Okay.
You look out towards the distance, you can see Iberkal right there.
Through the storm? Or is
just-
the
just
storm, like, invisible to us now?
No, the storm's not invisible. You can still see the storm, but you see the Acropolis.
Okay. It's
You see
sticking
the
out in
Acropolis off in the
Gotcha.
distance. So, no, you're still in the same place. It's just that stepping through the veil of this magic storm, it's now broad daylight. And the temple is right in front of you now. It doesn't look huge, to be honest. It looks like it houses maybe 12 to 20 people. But it's still a little bit of a ways away. Like a 5-minute walk will get you into the temple. But around you is just calm ponds of water. Various different pieces of leaves. There's hummingbirds flying around. There's actually like a deer kind of like walking around by a berry bush off in the distance.
How the hell did you get trapped here?
Going forward, there's actually a small pathway that's covered in flowers. And the temple itself is a circular open dome, like sort of like a gazebo in a way. Going into it, though, it looks like there's a small centerpiece that holds up the middle like it's supposed to be the support beam. And that's made of stone, and it has a door that enters in. And it looks like it's not big enough for your camels to fit in, but a person, one by one, can fit inside.
Don't trust anything you see in here. This is all fey chicanery. So literally anything we see in here could be an assailant or just incredibly magically powerful.
Well, like I said, you have the flowers all in a row right in front of you. The water is calm, maybe like the occasional frog breaking the surface and maybe some koi swimming around.
What you call, Captain?
We proceed forward, but just everyone be wary.
Captain, I pull a potion of clairvoyance out of my pack. I've had this for a while. We could try that, although I'm still seeing not quite double, but like 1.5. Might be better if somebody else uses it.
Well, we can give it a shot. Are you offering this, Eloy?
Yeah, I hand it over.
All right.
Just to get an idea what's inside before we commit ourselves.
All right, so do you have the information for the clairvoyant spell?
Not right on me.
I might.
Weep.
Time for some rulesing. If Ezra drinks a potion of clairvoyance, do I have the answer to whatever the next question is?
I think the way it works is it makes a little invisible sensor that you can see through and move around. So you could like send it through the door.
Clairvoyance, level 3, divination. You create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. The sensor remains in place for the duration, and it can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast the spell, you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in this space. As your action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. A creature that can see the sensor, such as a creature benefiting from see invisibility or true sight, sees a luminous, intangible orb about the size of your fist.
Got a feeling with all this weird magic stuff going on, someone's probably going to be able to see it.
Range is, 1 mile.
Wow.
So if you see a spot that's like, oh yeah, there's a door right there, let's go see what's in there. But in all honesty, Dagon wouldn't fucking know.
Yeah.
I'll shut up with my player knowledge. And it lasts for up to 10 minutes on concentration.
Well-
I'm not sure how that works with a potion,
With
though.
a potion.
I'll say for this, since it's a potion, it'll last for an hour.
Okay. So we can see this doorway leading into something that we'll have to get off our camels to get in.
From what you're looking at, you can clearly see that it looks like it's a staircase that leads down.
Okay.
Into a crypt of some sort.
Well,
Well, do remember the name of this place. Excuse me.
I look to the crew basically while holding this potion, just be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and investigate, see what's at the bottom of these stairs, and see if it's safe for us to go in. I have a feeling that this front door. My thought is this front room might not be the place we want to use this for. I think the front room might be a safer bet to chance. And once we get deeper into where there might be more nefarious plots waiting for us, I feel like they wouldn't just go ahead and put all the cool traps right at the front door.
Is this sight or hearing that you're doing?
He said he wants to save it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Sight.
save it. No, I'm saving the potion for now.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
saving it. Okay, I
Yes.
thought you were using it in the front door.
Yeah. No, like I was saying, I think the front door will probably be like, it'll be tough to get in, but I don't think it'll be super dangerous. Once we're in and things can be dangerous is when I'm gonna be wanting to look ahead.
All right.
All right, so we'll get off our camels and see if there's any place to station them so that they won't run off. I mean, I guess there's a storm keeping them at least in this enclosure.
There is a storm swirling around you, in which are you guys gonna keep moving forward?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna move towards the.
All right. As you keep moving, I need everyone to roll me a quick perception check.
16.
19.
8.
That's with disadvantage. I rolled a
Oh, wait, no,
20 on my first one.
Sorry, 10.
10. All right. So 10. what was it?
16.
19.
All right. Eloy isn't sure if he's just being drunk or not as you're doing this. You guys keep moving forward. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. But you start looking around you, Eloy, and you're actually noticing that the storm is changing colors as you move forward into it. Like, all of a sudden, it went from this light blue to now this deep purple hue. And the sun above you has now turned to dusk. And no one else is noticing this.
Guys, are you seeing that? Hold on, I want to try something. I take a step back and see if the light changes.
Day,
again.
light blue.
It's daytime. It's nighttime. It's daytime.
I'm standing from wherever I am, seeing him walk backwards and forward, claiming the day is changing, and I'm assuming it just looks
You don't see
normal to me.
anything.
I sniffed the whiskey.
Eloy, are you okay?
Normal.
whiskey.
That's just normal.
Maybe it's just where you're standing. Here, come stand where I am.
I guess I'm riding him, so wouldn't I be seeing this going back and
No,
forth?
you don't see it.
Oh, okay.
You only see him just going back and forth.
I mean, you're on him, so.
Yeah, so I'm just riding. I'm just like, well, no, Eloy, I feel like I would have the perspective to see this, and nah, there's nothing.
However, you did roll a 16.
Yeah.
So instead of seeing the day, you're looking forward and you say, what the hell is he talking? There's a bottle off in the distance. Like, it looks like a keg of wine and a bunch of other bottles of wine. Really nice wine, prepped and ready to go just for you to pluck.
Oh, okay.
As soon as Eloy steps forward, they disappear. And now there's a flask of what looks like vodka.
All right, that might hit a little harder, but okay.
As he keeps going back. Wine,
Wine.
vodka, wine, vodka, wine, vodka.
Well, okay. Eloy, maybe I'm just misunderstanding. You're talking about those bottles, right? That they're changing kind of like from like a nighttime drink to a daytime drink?
You're watching the flowers wilt as you go back and forth.
Is bottles like? Is that a poetic? I see flowers.
Dagon, you rolled a 10. You're watching as, like, the koi fish in the water are turning from living koi fish to undead as you keep going back and forth.
Chick, I told you, not right now, out of my head. What do you mean it's not you?
He tells you that he's seeing seagulls turning into falcons as he goes back and forth.
Well, that's crazy.
Well, okay. So things, perspective seems to shift what things look like here.
That's just you taking like 5 steps forward.
I'm gonna take those same 5 steps back and forth and watch everybody else. Do they stay the same? Or do they change?
Roll an arcane check.
8.
Nah, everyone looks pretty normal to you.
Huh. All right. I mean, it doesn't seem to be affecting
In character,
us.
it looks the same, but you always remember that Ezra was blue. And you always remember that Dagon was actually a werewolf.
Well, yeah.
And you always remember that Frida was actually a bloaterfish. And you will also remember your best friend Vagan. You always knew from through thick and thin, you always remembered him as a zombie. And you always remembered Stretch as this really well-dressed Aasimar. Like, realistically, like, tall, handsome, 4 wings coming out the back of his body. His head is made of a purple flame, and he actually only has 1 eye, like a cyclops.
He's still like on my shoulder. Am I feeding him
Yep.
rations?
Yep.
Here you go.
Yeah, no, that all checks out.
Rations
All right.
for a growing boy.
My special little man.
It seems to be just the place. I don't know. This place is weird and full of magic. Maybe that's normal for it.
Stretch, does any of this make any sense to you at all? You feeling anything weird being here?
Nah.
All right.
Vagan's just taking all this in and he's writing, like, furiously. You're looking at his eyes, almost like, you know how, like, when Ka hypnotizes someone in the Jungle Book?
Yeah.
That's what's going on with his eyes right now, but he remains the same, just writing, like, holy shit.
Colorful spirals.
This is awesome.
Yeah, no, that's what his eyes always do when he concentrates.
I guess that's true.
He's just there for the ride, writing all this shit down as much as he can, and then sneezing in the process. And when he does sneeze, what comes out isn't saliva. It's like, it almost looks like honey. Like,
Man, you would love him.
I look at Scaffy. Does Scaffy look any different?
Scaffy's a foot.
What have they done to you?
Something's wrong.
Actually, no. I need you to roll an arcade check for that one.
About to say something weird, but I stopped myself. 7.
He's always been a foot. What are you talking about?
I don't know what it is, Scaffy. You might not seem as useful, but you're so much more handsome now.
You watch as the foot uncurls and there's a mouth. Thanks, boss.
Ah! Not ready for that. No, too far.
And it doesn't even have human teeth. It has like dog teeth.
Oh, I don't like any of this.
What are you talking about, Chad? I've always been clean shaven.
Yeah, Chat took 3 steps into the Splendor Maw, and now Ben has a beard again.
Are you gonna keep going forward, or how else do you want to investigate this?
So far, so we're all seeing different things, but no one's like hurting. No one has taken 3 steps, and oh no, my hands are made of fire, right?
Frida looks at herself. No, I look and appear as the same.
Yeah. I mean, Stretch's hands have always been made of fire, so... No, I think we're good.
All right, other than that strange comment from Eloy, I think we're all right.
Do you keep going forward?
I will say we continue forward.
All right.
All right, you keep going forward. You're watching as the storm now turns from a purple to a dark red, and everything around you looks like it's in a fucking apocalypse. Everything's on fire. It looks like there's volcanoes off in the distance. It's raining meteors.
Don't worry, guys, it's all an illusion.
Roll dexterity checks.
19.
Dexterity's check or save?
Oh yeah, check or save. Yeah.
This is a save.
Okay.
Okay.
16.
22.
18, now for Vagan. It's all an illusion as a meteor whizzes past your head from the storm.
Whoa! It's really convincing, but everything seems fine.
The water around you is lava, and there are skulls where the flowers once were.
See,
And
like-
they're all different ones, too. Like, one of them actually has an eye and looks up at you. Run, you fools, run!
They're just trying to intimidate us. I have an idea.
Do you? Please, enlighten us.
This is still only the second worst ancient ruin I've been in.
What if I use this potion of clairvoyance and just get a bit further ahead to see how much worse this gets?
Makes as much sense as anything.
All right. I like the idea.
Dagon's just running.
You run,
Dagon's the one in front.
That's
And
true.
He's like,
You-
you know what? No, fuck this.
you run
Yeah,
forward
you know-
as
yeah,
the
you're on
entire
point.
world around you becomes like a kaleidoscope, but there's still the building in front of you, and you're getting closer to it. But like everything else around you, like just melds away. Like nothing makes sense. Reality is not there. But the moment you stop and try to like take sense of it all, it starts to take shape, but nothing's ever the same.
All right. So
The only defining factor is that you are getting close to the building.
Well, that works for me. If that's a point of reference, that's the point of reference I
the
will
building.
take.
Yeah, no. If we're getting close to the building.
Well, he sees that. You
Yeah,
don't. You're
You're just a dog.
You just started running, and everything doesn't make sense to me anymore.
Yeah, you watch him run, he disappears.
But I still got the rope, right?
Yep. You feel it tugging. It's real.
Okay. Dagon's still moving, but we don't see him. I say we keep going.
I agree.
Putting up so much resistance?
That's not a rope around you. That's a snake.
Shut up! We follow the rope and continue him, and continue following.
Yep.
Would you like a cup of Wilkins coffee?
Says the snake.
Yep.
Yes, please.
You chose the correct answer. Here you are.
I typically do. Thank you.
It
Cheers.
opens up its mouth and out pops a coin.
Oh, this isn't coffee. I sip the coin.
Tastes really good. Really nice and bold.
Oh, it's a good flavor. Thank you.
That was whiskey.
Very bold.
You guys walk forward as you watch as Dagon's holding up his whiskey bottle like, oh, man.
Dagon, what are you doing?
Did you get a cold too?
I mean, I know it's probably like 2 a.m, but day drinking already?
It's back to nighttime now. Except the sky is now pink.
You know, the usual.
Vagan, you've been studying this place for a while. Any of this ringing any bells?
Rolling a knowledge history
Nice.
without breaking my fucking phone.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Hey.
Vagan is looking around, just writing all this down. No, this all checks out. Remember, this is taking bits and pieces of this entire planet and putting it together into one place.
The duck is right. We should keep moving.
I mean, it's gotta be... I'd imagine... Oh, that's why it's looking all weird. That's an Aurora Borealis.
At this time of
Nope.
day,
Nope,
in
nope,
this latitude.
Really? You don't say. I believe it.
So what you're saying is, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and somewhere might very well be here.
Yes.
Okay, so no, never mind. He's good.
Yeah.
Do
it could
as
have
you
also
do.
been there. Maybe it was always and never at the same time.
Maybe time is just a construct.
The snake is now a beetle. That's right.
How are you long enough?
It's not the rope anymore. It's just a beetle sitting on your wrist.
Well,
I tug on the rope as he's talking to it. Hey, Dagon!
Hey, Beetle. There was a couple of guys really biting your musical style back there. I think they called it an oasis.
But just don't look back in anger.
You see a rat in a cage on his arm.
don't worry. This beetle's got wings.
How many more can we eke out of this?
no.
The Fae is a psychedelic landscape, I will say that. You get closer, everyone's getting closer to the building, you're keeping that as a reference point. However, just to make sure that everyone's anchored into reality in some fucking moniker, I need everyone to roll me a wisdom save.
Remember your disadvantage.
Oh, how could I forget?
21.
4.
That's the only reason you're able to be anchored is you're looking at the building. So you, Frida, and Vagan have that perspective.
So he does look back and anchor.
You one-upped it. Nice going.
Finds a way.
Good show. Good show.
Now tell me what my shitty saving throw does.
Hey, at least you're not the worst.
Yes.
He's walking off into the distance. He's going around the building, and you're just going straight into the water?
All right, guys, I think I've got my bearings now.
You fall face first into the water.
You still holding the rope
And riding Eloy.
at the same time?
Yeah, did you get off of Eloy?
I don't think so. You asked me to roll, and I rolled a 1. So I mean, I might have.
Well, I mean, you're walking off into the distance. You watch as Eloy is starting to like veer off course and go into the water from what you're looking
I
at.
start tugging.
Eloy, stop! Stop!
You know what? I'm actually liking that. We're gonna have this one piece of land where you guys are standing on. It's actually underwater, and you're walking like you're swimming through it. There's actually like little reef sharks like swimming around you as this is happening.
I really don't like this.
Wake swims by. Wake up, Captain.
Oh my God, you're here.
I'm always here.
Really?
Really? The shark you're talking to is actually a great white coming at you.
How's calliope?
Roll me a strength check to pull them out.
All right. This be athletics?
Yes.
That is a 9.
All right, let me roll with Vagan and Frida. Frida will give you some good assistance, and
Come on,
Vagan,
Stretch could like throw rocks with his mind.
Vagan, unfortunately, he doesn't care though.
He's not gonna eat if we drown in this weird Fey river walk.
With a combined effort of everyone else assisting you, you're able to pull them forward, and they like don't go off into the water that they were standing on. So what you guys were seeing when you were in that underwater scape, it was water, and then like, it looks like the surface of the land, but you were standing upside down on top of it.
Okay.
And you were just about to dive, like cannonball off the side to go into the sky, which would have acted as the water. And you are pulled, and you're back at midnight. And what you assume is the real landscape as you're now standing around this area. There's actually a couple of dead bodies surrounding the area now, though. You're looking at a couple of, like, dead bodies. Like, there's two, what almost look like scorpion guard off to the side that are dead. Like, they have bullet holes in the side of their bodies. One of them actually looks like two gnolls that have been sliced up and stung by something because they have a giant welt on their back.
Are they just kind of floating in the water?
No, you're on land now. You're back in
Oh, okay.
reality. But you're now right in front of the building. So, like, there's a little ring just underneath the gazebo-like area. And if you walk in, you're going to be standing right in front of the staircase.
You know what? This whole day has been weird. Just in case. Hey, are any of you corpses actually still alive and can talk?
Oh, I know this one. And are you secret dragons?
That was gonna be my next question.
Okay, that's a no. Just thought I'd check.
All right.
Hey, stupid bird, there's some food here.
Like, squints his eyes and he, like, flies over and he lands in front of it. You see him, like, rub his beak on the bodies. No, they're real. He starts taking a little bit of a nibble at them. They're not really fresh. They feel like they've been here for quite some time.
Oh, so now we're choosy.
No, well, he's finding it weird because when he bites into it and he pulls back the flesh, it's not blood and it's not flesh and sinew. It's autumn leaves.
Okay, I'll give you. That's kind of a dick move for a corpse to actually be a pile of leaves.
They were just scarecrows all along.
Vagan is just beside himself writing all this down.
Look, after the trip we've had, this is actually kind of a tame hallucination.
No, this is perfect. This is exactly what I'm here for. The cradle must be here. We have to go inside now. Before this place closes or whatever it does when it disappears.
All right, we should probably bridle the horse. Are we not riding horse? That's a camp. What
The
hell?
camels are here. No, you still got camels.
I think he was just
I
confused
lost
as
myself in realities.
Yeah, the camels were like transformed. Like one was a gator, one was a dinosaur, the other one, like a whole bunch of different mounts and steeds were there.
Behold my
and then there was a
giant
human
choco camel.
for 1 second.
And one of them, I had a really sick mustache.
Now you have all the power in the world for you guys to do
What did we see?
alternate costumes of the characters.
In one of them, I was a woman, a beautiful woman.
So yeah, you guys have all your bearings, but when you get close to those when you get close to those bodies, when you touch them, or if you like look around them, there are like autumn leaves inside where their flesh are, and like just around them altogether. That's the only common thing that's happening with these bodies is they have leaves sticking out of them.
I know we haven't dealt with them in a while, but I know that there were vampires about. Do they suck your blood and turn it into leaves? Have I been missing a key part to these things?
That sounds stupid, says Frida.
I agree, but hey, you know what? I'm no vampire. I'm not one to judge.
Frida actually walks over, pulls out one of her daggers and tries to carve down the wrist and tries to feel she puts her hand into the wound and pulls away the leaves and pulls one out. It's hollow. They haven't it's weird. On the outset, it feels like their bodies are that of deceased bodies, but the moment that their insides are released, they feel hollow.
Well, Dagon is pillaging them for jewelry and gold. Investigation, I'm guessing?
Yes.
That is a 15.
15. You reach into their pocket. You have you find a couple of pieces of gold, but they're all wrapped around in what look like gourd vines.
I pluck free whatever I can.
Roll me a strength check, because it actually feels like it's fighting you.
I will cut you. Athletics is a 13.
God damn. Excuse me.
It's okay.
You're able to pocket 15 coins. They're gold.
All right, 15 gold. Dagon will take it.
I'm going to investigate these corpses, but I'm going to see if I can find any sort of identification or anything.
Which one are you doing? Because there's the 2 Scorpion Guard and then the 2 Gnolls.
I'm going to do the Scorpion Guard. One of the Scorpion Guards, rather. 6.
6. You couldn't help but notice, but you saw a little bit of a handkerchief that almost looked like it had the same markings of the Rumbloods. But the moment you try to grab at it, the vine snapped the pocket shut.
Ah. Well, there might also be news of Rumbloods here. I think I saw some identification looking like that before. The vine kind of got a little aggressive. Well, should we move inside if these aren't going to be sustainable meals for you, Stretch?
My guess is whatever we're looking for is going to be in there.
I want real blood. Or you haven't got any more rations?
I've only got 2 days worth left after all I've handed you. You're fine. Just throw another day's worth at him.
You watch it snatch it up. Okay, I'm good to go. All right, so we can take a break here because we're going to be heading inside the Splendor Maw itself.
Works for me. Right. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the table, everybody. We're there. We're at the Splendiferous Maw.
All right. So who's going to be going down the staircase and in what order? Because remember, it only fits one person going into this place
at a time.
Yeah.
Single file.
Well, Dagon, of course, would offer to go first if nobody else was willing. He is of the blood of this land, extinguished or not, and can probably take the most hits out of anybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, despite being the captain, I feel like putting Ezra up front is usually a bad idea.
Although technically you would serve to be the best scout.
Yeah, I could sneak ahead. Yeah, no, that's true.
Do you want to sneak ahead? Do you want to
actually, you know what?
And do it yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to that clairvoyance potion of clairvoyance. I'm not going to use that yet, but I'm just going to old-fashioned sneak my way in by myself and be like, hey, I'll give you guys a signal if things look good or if I need your help.
All right.
Yeah, Dagon suggests that you continue holding on to that 50 feet of rope as you go in.
I mean, would it help you to be invisible? Because I can make that happen.
I mean, yes, it certainly wouldn't hurt if so long as it's not something that's super limited and you can't do very much. I don't want to cripple you for later.
Yeah, I think we can spare a level 2 slot for scouting purposes. Okay, I will cast Invisibility on you.
All right.
That can last up to 1 hour, but it ends as soon as you as soon as you attack anything.
And I will grant you that it will give you advantage rolls to stealth.
All right. Well then, hey, first things first. Let's stealth our way in there. Already a good roll, but if we're getting advantage on it, I might as well take it. 24.
24. So you head down the staircase. What starts off as a straightforward staircase now starts to turn almost like you're going down a spiral staircase. The walls kind of like go from this dark, like just darkness into like nothing. Now it starts to gather little bits of starlight. Like you're looking out into the night sky. But the more you dive deeper into the staircase, you still feel the stairs. You can still feel the wall. Even if you go to reach out for that star, it's just a wall.
Okay.
Racing your hand, do you race your hand down it, or do you continue going forward?
No, I think I'll touch it. I'll see what happens. Raise my hand.
You race your hand, you touch it, and you keep going down the staircase. You reach the 50-foot mark, and you feel the tug on the rope.
Dagon would start following at that point. If he started to feel resistance, he would start moving along with them, knowing, yeah, it's safe, and basically if he starts like pulling at it rapidly, that means there's danger.
Okay. Let me continue on with Ezra first before we move
No
on
problem.
to you then.
Just know that I'm following at length.
Sounds good. You finally, like, the stars start becoming more and more visible, and now you're actually starting to see, like, the landscape of, like, dunes, almost like you're looking out from Eberkal into the desert. Because like, you could, like, see the starlight in the distance. But there's no city behind you. It's just that staircase that leads up until finally you open a mouth that leads in, not a real mouth, but like the mouth of the staircase. Mm-hmm. You would swear you didn't come down this far, and you would swear that the entire area around the Splendor Maw itself felt way more natural than just the gazebo that was sitting in the middle of this whole entire thing. But you're passing by other blood splatches that almost like transform into leaves as they grow up out of the side of the wall and kind of cover the entire outside of this door frame. You can peer inside the door frame, and what you see is a almost like castle courtyard like view of a glass floor that has rippling water coming down from either side of pillars, and looking out from where those pillars are is just a giant, beautiful light blue landscape, and the sand that's surrounding the area are very smooth dunes of sand that are that are like this little royal purple.
Okay, quite the
you look inside.
Quite the feast for the eyes in here.
However, continuing as you look inside, you're starting to see as you step forward, the more the glass is shown, the more gold starts to appear, like forming a hill. And the further you go in there, like it's so it's like here's the hill that's starting to rise. It's probably like 10 feet in front of you, but then everything else around you out of your field of vision, so like a 30-foot field of vision, like is nothing and just like a blank area, almost like it's nothing there. But if you walk over to the side, more gold appears. You walk away, the gold disappears.
Okay, so basically as I approach it, the gold vanishes.
As you walk away from it, the gold vanishes. As you approach it, it appears and is actually growing larger and larger and larger. You're now seeing gold, you're seeing rubies, you're seeing gemstones, you're seeing swords, shields, pieces of artwork, things gathered from the entire world put together into this one place. This is the treasure room. This is the inside. This is where the Splendor Maw keeps everything of value inside of itself.
All right, if I'm starting to see a bunch of stuff like around, I think I would probably slow down and wait for the group to show up. If I'm now actually seeing like treasure and stuff, just to be like, all right, this is probably where things are gonna start getting.
You feel all right. So Dagon, you don't feel the rope pull anymore.
Yeah, if I start to feel it go slack, that's when I would start sneaking as well, and I would basically like. Have we been seeing this whole star formation thing?
Yeah,
you
just entered into the prospect of the star like layer of sky appearing on the walls.
All right. I would signal back to those following me and just get down. Ooh, that's a good stealth roll. 22.
No, you're stealthing.
Yeah,
You're sneaking down.
Yeah, I'm sneaking down there. I'm just as the ropes, like, I'm pulling the rope so it, like, kind of stays taut in case he starts tugging at it.
You see Ezra standing off in
I
the
don't
midst.
see him. I see the end of the rope.
Well, you see the. Well, you get down to that door frame. You're just like a little bit above the staircase, and you're seeing Ezra now standing in this giant vacant room that has no place being here.
It's safe up there.
Nothing's gotten me yet. I'm assuming I can speak and not suddenly be breaking.
Yep.
the-
You have to make, like, an attack
Okay,
action or be
yeah.
attacked.
Yeah, I basically just explained. Hey, I kept moving. I'm assuming you all saw the weird light show vision quest on the way here, but
And you also saw the blood splatter that has autumn leaves coming out of it.
yeah, there was.
And the blood growing plants and...
Yeah, I'm detecting some falling leaves themes here with the corpses we saw outside. But check this out. I do the approaching the gold and making it just appear more and more.
You don't see that. You have to walk up to it as well.
I walk forward.
You walk forward and you start seeing the gold appear.
I think we found the treasure, and might not be the danger room, but we found something real good.
I did not bring a big enough bag.
That's what I'm picking up.
If you, I'd like you guys to roll me a perception check real quick.
Wow.
21 for me.
23.
23. You're looking off to the side, and so remember when I said like that sand is like the dunes are now covering the outside of this entire like location? You're actually watching as the sand is almost shrinking, almost like an hourglass. When it hits the corner of the room, it starts falling into this abyss, and so is the gold as it's trickling softly off the side. Not large, not like a large torrent of it, but like an hourglass, but with a lot of time on its hands. It's slowly eking off the edge.
Should we? If we get closer, do you think more is gonna fall off? How do we do this?
Also, question number 2. Bird, you said the...
Berg's not here. He's coming down the stairs. You went ahead, so it's following.
I thought everybody was following, like,
Oh yeah, they're
directly
following,
behind
but
me. Okay.
at this point, it's. Did you want to take up next after him?
Yeah, I'll follow up with these guys.
Yep. So you're seeing all this happen too.
Also stealthing with a great 10 in case anything's trying to detect
You fall down the
us.
stairs.
Oh no! Oh, someone's here.
Hi.
Oh, hey, Eloy. You.
Getting used to the new shoes, I guess.
Frida follows, and then Vagan follows. Stretch did not follow you down.
Haven't seen hide nor hair of that genie.
Having Stretch here would have been helpful. He could have just maybe psychicked some of that gold away. Anyway, I point out our current conundrum of like, hey, it'd be nice to get out of here with some of this treasure intact. And as you can see, looks like we're just losing some of it as we progress.
I mean, do you think it's just a matter of the closer you get, the higher the gold goes, and then it can fall over the...
Well, remember, you're in like a giant courtyard from what you can tell. Like, as you walk forward, your path becomes obfuscated by all the gold. Like, it's becoming a wall at that point.
It's like there's too much treasure here. As if they've just continued to find valuables and now they're actually the roadblock. Should we
So
hold?
like if you step away from the gold, you can see a path that leads. There's a couple of other rooms off on the other side. Like you're seeing doors that lead to nowhere, but those are actual rooms like the one you just came through. But like I said, the moment you move forward, a wall of gold stands in your way.
I mean, that's a real neat metaphor, but also practically, how do we get past it?
Well, that's what I was asking. Like, is the secret here that we can't take the treasure in order to proceed?
I mean, we haven't exactly tried to grab any of it yet, although this just screams to me curse.
No, it seemed this nothing about the juju I'm getting here is good. So we just have this wall of just gold and valuables and stuff just piling up in front of us, correct?
From what you can tell, you only took like 30 steps forward, and the gold starts to rise over your head the moment you step forward 30 feet.
All right.
You still have like 100 feet on each side to go with.
Yeah. you said that we saw multiple doors. I'm guessing there's like
three doors all the way on the other side. They're large enough that like maybe 10 people can fit through.
Okay. Well, then I just basically look at the crew like, all right, well, I wanted to make sure we were all down here just in case we've got multiple exits. I'm going to start heading forward and just...
You head forward.
Dagon is going to mark the entrance they came through.
So walking forward...
Still invisible, mind you.
Yeah.
Just in case anything... Although holding that rope would maybe give away my position if anything happened. Just look in my direction.
Well, you're stepping on loose change, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm probably leaving a trail now.
Which is true. You are seeing visible footsteps being left behind by Ezra as he's walking towards the wall of gold. He kind of stops at his place as now the only way for you to physically keep moving forward is to climb up the gold.
Well, luckily for me, with my second story work, climbing doesn't take additional movement. I just keep...
From my position where I do not see like the massive wall of gold.
What is the rope doing?
No, I am going to... Is there anything like a loose rock or something on the ground?
Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation 15.
There is a jeweled Fabergé egg you could pick up.
I'm sure there's more of these where that comes from. Where I do not see the wall, like I ask, Captain, how high does that wall go, would you say?
Well, remember, the edge, as you get up to it, you only see 30 feet ahead of you. Mm-hmm. It looks like it ebbs away into nothingness as you look up.
Okay. I did a quick perception of 22, so just trying to eyeball it. Be like, I don't know, looks like kind of like...
You still got a distance to go.
Yeah. Seems like there's still quite a ways to go here, but honestly, after about 30 feet, it kind of just dissipates, like it's just gonna keep going.
How high does it look like it's going to me? Does it look like it goes that high?
You see nothing. Remember,
Okay.
You only have 30 feet of vision in front of you.
And I just realized I have these. I'm going to take my gun and shoot, like, at an angle where I see nothing, but he claims that there's something.
Okay.
All right, you take a shot.
Bang! Do I hear anything after it,
yes,
like,
you
collides
do.
with something?
You,
Okay.
you hear the sound of your gunfire, and you hear the sound of gold and other valuables just, like, falling all over the place, which I need you to roll me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, 21.
You watch as a statue starts to fall right in front of you.
Oh, all right.
And you step off to the side, and you now watch as there looks like the hilt of a giant hand holding out a metal sword that now falls in front of you.
All right, just wanted to make sure that the illusions were illusions.
Something seems definitely tangible, at least.
Wanted to make sure which one was the illusion to be more specific.
So you said this big sword hand fell in front of me?
Yep. It was the statue. Well, you see the head now.
Oh, okay.
It's the head of a elven woman, draped around her head. Almost looks like a crown that it's cracked because of it falling on the floor, but it also looked like sort of a tidal wave of hair that fell out the back. And she was holding a sword that looked like it was made of coral, like it actually had like etchings on it.
Does this ring any historic bells with a history knowledge check of 7?
It is a very, very, very ancient depiction of Kelpie.
Okay. Well, this whoever's gathering the treasures here doesn't seem to have any sort of religious affinity. We found some stuff from Kelpie, but I feel like we've also been seeing all kinds of other gods on display here. Weird stuff.
My bad, by the way.
Hey, you're good. I've missed my fair share of shots, Dagon. Don't apologize yet. I continue.
You are still invisible. At this point, there looks like it's an easier time to crawl up now that like there's a small little divergence in the middle of the wall, but you're still gonna have to climb.
All right, then I will keep moving forward. Higher and higher, i.e. or deeper and deeper, however
right.
it's going.
I need you to roll me if you're climbing, it needs to be an athletics check with disadvantage because you don't know what's in front of you.
And there's shifting terrain.
Yep. You are climbing loose change.
Yeah.
All right. I can get dexterity mod for running jump, but that's different. Okay, if it's athletics, it's not going to be pretty. 7.
7. You grab a handful of leaves.
It's not treasure.
Yep, you grab a handful of autumn leaves. You look in front of you as you watch as the leaves start to grow in front of you, halting, now entangling around your feet and your hands.
Oh, okay, all right. Is the rope still in my hand at all? I try to tug it to just be like, danger, something's up. The treasure is responding.
You're feeling the rope pull going upwards.
All right, I'm gonna start like pulling at the rope and moving towards that direction to see if I can see what's happening.
Athletics check.
Oh.
You're pulling.
Oh, right, pulling the rope. That is a 18.
You pull him down,
Whoa!
but now I need you to roll me a dexterity check with disadvantage because he's invisible. You don't know where he's coming from.
I'm falling. You must avoid me. You cannot see me.
That's fair.
To be fair, I'd probably be going like, oh no! So you might be able to have an idea.
Dexterity check with disadvantage is a modified 17. Oh, obviously.
Yeah. You actually catch him,
Huh?
Oh!
Hey, hi.
but that dissipates your invisibility.
Oh, and hello.
Not according to
Oh.
anything about the spell.
Yeah,
What
it's
spell?
just
The spell just lasts until he attacks something.
Oh, fair
or
enough.
until I lose concentration.
Fair enough. All right. Well, you caught this fucking phasing. Like you saw the silhouette of his body phasing down, and you catch
Predator
it just
vision.
Yeah.
Now,
Predator vision.
Dagon, I know you can't see me, but I want you to trust my voice. You're holding your captain.
I want you to.
I believe you. I set you down.
Thank you. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really tall climb, and as soon as I started trying to climb it, leaves kind of came out and bound my hands and feet. It seems like scary business. Again,
The leaves, you recall, they looked like dead leaves, but the moment they clasped around your hand, they grew to the size of your hand and actually kind of like cuffed around you, almost like you felt like little bits of restraints kind of like growing around your wrist.
I felt like there was a bit of a resistance, but I have another idea, and honestly, my curiosity just to see how this will go is just gonna make me go. So I can see the doors in front of me, right?
If
on
you take a step back, you can see them.
If I take some steps back, okay. I take a couple steps back. I can see the doors. Bring out Scaffy. Scaffy, I want you to get to that middle door, the door in the center. And I tie the rope around him.
Just give him a nice little bracelet.
Yeah.
Scampers up.
I hear a lot of loose change jingling.
Lots of scampering, and it stops suddenly. Oh, and he keeps going. So he was going up for a while, and then starts going
Wait.
forward. And drops.
Oh, the rope went taut.
Uh-oh. So I saw him go up, forward, and then drop, and then
Yep. It goes with him. You watch as he actually went up a whole bunch, like he almost touched the ceiling. Finally, like started going forward a little bit, and then just abruptly fell.
All right.
Does the rope like continue up as though it's still like going up over that pile?
Yes.
Huh.
How high up does that seem?
Perception check.
I'm definitely going to be able to eye it with a 23.
21 for me.
It looks like a giant can comfortably squat in this room.
What are we talking in feet? I mean, obviously it's less than 50 feet because the rope went all the way up and over.
Probably like 120.
So
That's a bit more than 50.
well, the
You told him to go up, so obviously that must mean.
Well,
there
yeah,
might
but
be a-
but he's attached to 50 feet of rope.
he's attaching 50 feet of rope, but he actually made it, and the rope was still there. So meaning,
like, hold on.
Oh, I never let go of the rope though.
no, I know the rope kept going up, but
Okay.
it looked like he went up all the way, almost touching the ceiling, but then abruptly went forward.
So
Meaning,
So he didn't go up all the way.
It's an illusion.
So this room is big, but he managed to keep. Okay.
All right, you want me? I'll be nice. Roll an intelligence check.
Well, there's my bad stat. Let's go. 12.
15. 3.
Frida got a 17.
Okay, she's piecing this together.
There's a hole in the treasure.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It still continues, but because Frida actually moved forward and she was watching like the gold still fall. And by piecing all this together, she's just like, "Oh, wait a minute! Scaffy found a hole in the treasure, but that hole had a drop he didn't calculate."
Yeah, and he probably couldn't get out of, so he just shriveled when he could not complete his task.
All right. Well, I pull Scaffy back in from the rope and
Throw him in my hat.
tie it around my waist. I'll see if I
Solid
can
use.
chart a course for us. Kind of crack my neck and I begin to climb up the gold to try to find that hole.
All right.
Athletics? Mm-hmm. Disadvantage, I'm guessing, because of the gold.
The shifting change.
That is, wow, 14 both times. That's a modified 20.
Modified 20. You're able to crawl up and you find the hole.
Not my first time.
You crawl up, you find the hole. It's enough to fit one person inside of it, and you could going forward on all fours. You can get into it.
Yeah, I kind of like wave forward. Basically, they can use the rope that's attached to me to try to help them.
You're gonna
with
try
their
and
ascent.
use yourself as an anchor.
I'm going to keep moving forward into the hole, and that way, at least I'm more anchored in there.
You move about 10 feet to the point where you actually feel your hand slip.
Whoop.
There's your dip.
Right.
You can look down. You see the pile actually like go into a full 90-degree hole, but looking down, you don't see the floor. You only still see the gold falling in.
I'm going to take one of my bullets out of my pouch and just kind of like drop it and try to like listen to it clack off the gold as it falls down into the abyss.
All right, you watch your bullet fall. Your bullet was not taken in by the Splendor Maw, so it doesn't take that same invisible form when it goes past your field of vision.
Mm-hmm. Then I begin listening.
10 seconds pass. Clack, 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 clack.
It's a deep fucking hole. Let's try not to fall through it.
Noted.
All right, so yeah, I brace myself kind of like using this ledge to kind of like anchor myself as people will try to use that rope to climb back up, climb up to where I am.
You're gonna climb up.
Yeah, I will attempt.
All right. Both of you athletics.
All right.
Oh, you're gonna climb up?
You know what? I'll wait for him to go first.
Okay.
I meant for both Dagon and Ezra.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
I get you.
I'm bracing myself, and I got an 18.
Athletics, you said?
Yep.
13. It's not awful.
At least you got the
awful,
rope
but
this
yeah.
time.
With the rope and with Dagon holding firm and making sure not to like push anything or move out anything that would break support of this and crush him, you make it into the hole.
That's a good point.
You know, whatever.
You kind of just placed yourself in a Jenga tower hole.
Perhaps digging through the gold.
Well, no, you're out one side and you're just at the entry point.
Yeah.
But no one else can fit up this thing at this point.
That's fine. I'm going to see from where I am if there's like just using random bullets, just tossing, seeing if there's like another hole across the way or another hole that way or even just a ledge to shimmy
You're gonna throw it
across.
forward.
I'm going to take bullets until I find a path, basically just tink, tink, tink.
All right, let me roll something. By bullet 5,
All right.
you actually see one of the bullets hit against the wall in front of you, but then also bounce and roll as if there's flat land, but not directly in front of you. It's a little off to the side. So it's kind of the same. It's where you see the floor, not where that one just plummeted into the abyss.
All right, so
Like maybe
Based on the fact that I tossed it, do I think that I could like make this with like a good like reach and then pull myself up, or?
from where you are, you're not entirely sure. You could probably jump and reach the other side, but you don't know how structurally sound the other side is if it's just another wall of treasure.
I do know that that is a way forward.
Yep. So it's like a 30-foot drop, but then 10 feet off to the side is where the bullet rolled on the floor. So there's a pit in front of you.
I want to test something.
10 feet to the side.
And you are on all fours, so jumping...
Yeah, jumping is not a thing that's going to be happening. It's going to have to be I get myself onto that ledge, kick off, and try to grab for it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So what do things look like for everyone else? Since we climbed up here, does it look like we're floating, or are we on?
It looks like you're floating.
Okay.
To everyone else, you guys seem to be floating.
Hey, Eloy,
Yeah?
you're just right down there below us, right? I want to test something.
Okay.
I grab a handful of gold and just drop it.
Clang, 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 slides down right in front of you.
So it doesn't disappear after leaving 30 feet of me.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, there's...
You watch as gold, like, slides in front of you from the floor and a bunch of other things.
Okay, yeah, there's lots of this everywhere, though. Is there something special about these?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that the stuff that you can't see right now could be transferred to you and not phase out of existence. You know, for when we want to leave with a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah, it seems like everything still exists. It's just gets invisible.
Just gets invisible. All right. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't vanishing.
There might be a way forward from here, but it's a little dangerous.
Frida is going to attempt something. She says she's going to try and look to the side. Like, maybe, like, go to the left instead of going straight.
At least you want to be smart about it.
There's 3 doors at the end of the hall. We're going to go to
Frida...
the hall.
No, unfortunately, Frida is blocked off by a wall of treasure as well.
You kidding me? This place is great. This one has a Jamba Juice.
However, Vagan will say, okay, well, why don't I try the right if that's not working? He's just like, you watch as Vagan kind of like takes a couple of steps, keeps walking, keeps walking, keeps walking, keeps walking,
Hey,
stops.
don't get
oh,
too
that's
far.
a wall of treasure.
See, look who's smart now and sitting on top of a mountain of treasure.
Oh, what folly that we have coveted that which has become an obstacle to us going forward. Only too late do I realize that the wonder of nature is the only real treasure. Okay, I thought somebody might be trying to teach us a moral lesson.
Good attempt, Eloy.
I was going to say, does that mean you don't want your chat?
I don't think...
What?
A perception of 21. Did I hear that?
That's below.
Oh. Hey, is there someone else down there with you guys?
Oh, thank the gods. I thought I was the only one here.
Oh, boy. This is already... Got walls of treasure to deal with. Now there's going to be someone down here. I can't trust anything in this damn place. Are you hearing that?
I hear you. Where are you?
I'm on top of a mound of treasure. Does that sound familiar?
That's how I got in here in the first place.
How long have you been there?
Koloff, is that you?
No, last I remember, I entered through a door after standing in front of a sarcophagus, and then I ended up on top of treasure and fell down here.
That sounds like the work of the mimic that was pulling people in. For us, it was a barrel. Well, okay. Are you buried under treasure? What's going on for you? Sounds like you're below me, but I'm on top of a big ol' hill of gold.
I'm scared to move. If I can try and climb up this, but the more I do, more treasure, like, fills the floor.
Is it coming from the hole that he dropped his bullet into?
Yep. He didn't pay it any heed because,
Things keep falling.
Things keep falling.
All right, I have an idea, but this how strong would you consider yourself? Are you a heavy boy or a light boy?
I mean, you're from the clan, aren't you? We would all be pretty strong. I'm sure they sent someone to help me.
You might have your lines crossed, friend. But anyway, if you consider yourself pretty strong, then I've got an idea. Pull out my big old magic grappling hook gun with 120 feet of chain and just shoot it down that hole. Be careful!
Be careful! Oh!
Good shot.
Yeah, seriously, I don't roll or anything, and I nail this guy. Oh, okay. Anyway,
Well, you fire into the abyss and you watch your chain gun fall.
okay, I've just fired it. Does the chain get taut at any point? Is this longer than 120 feet? That's kind of the test here. And if not,
You actually watch as it bounces off of something at the very end. Oh!
hey, I think we got something.
Okay, how dangerous is this?
Okay, now see, that's gonna be the scary part. It's either you're coming to me or I'm coming to you, and we're gonna find out.
I don't like any part of this. We're both tied together.
You're right. That means we're extra anchored to definitely pull him up. It's gonna be fine.
We are on a pile of loose change.
With another pile of loose change just loosely on top of you.
Okay, so we're gonna slowly pull him up. All right, we're gonna call this your lifeline. You got it?
You're the captain.
Okay, I guess I'll hold on to it, I guess.
Okay, that's great. That's great. You're doing wonderful.
No, he's not, because Dagon, you feel the slope of treasure that you're sitting on lose underneath you, as now above where your neck is gone.
I don't have a head anymore?
No. Like the floor underneath you, like it slid away. Shh. More treasure just fell in.
Oh boy. Okay.
Noted.
Things might be a little bit tougher than I thought.
Can I get on hands and knees now?
I mean, you're still like you could use your elbows to prop at this point.
Okay.
You have to lay forward. That's what I'm saying. But right now, you have support up to your elbows.
Stretch didn't come with us, right?
No, I haven't seen him in a minute.
All right. Do you still have any scrolls of feather falling, perhaps?
No, those were real expensive, and that was my only one.
All right. Hey, you know what? Fair.
Now,
fair is fair. That was real good.
If we want to breathe in some water, we're good.
I got you covered on that one too.
You're watching as Vagan is now walking forward.
Hey, where are you going?
Well, I mean, there's a blank space over here. I think this might be a maze.
Excuse me,
boy.
sir. I have an idea. Let go of the chain real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Pull, 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 pull.
Oh no!
Start pulling. Wait, no, I can do this a lot easier. Clink back. Just
Ow, my hand!
careful. Okay, buddy. Our situation has shifted, so my previous plan won't really work. But don't worry. Just keep yelling, and we'll try to keep contact.
Hold on, I've got you covered. I take one of my daggers and drop it down there. If you get too, don't worry, you can find some use for that, I'm certain.
Yeah, if you need to protect yourself, obviously.
Sure.
I don't need that. I already have a weapon.
Ah, you see, he's already armed.
Oh,
He's good.
perfect. You know what? Consider it a gift.
Did you just send me a suicide dagger?
No,
of course not. I'm just saying that it is...
Just saying
that is not an option. If you are thinking about that, please seek help. Just not with us. We are going that way.
You watch as Vagan is now turning left and heading towards where you hear the voice. Like Vagan's looking,
Maybe that way.
Vagan's now looking to you just like, where's the hole? Like, how far am I from it? He's like a few feet away.
Got just
I
a
guess,
little bit further.
This way a little bit.
He stops and he looks down. Oh! That's bad! This is a giant hole filled with treasure, and there are spikes and skeletons all around them.
Who are we talking to?
He, peers down. I still can't see anyone.
Are you a skeleton?
No! That's stupid! When you eat someone, you make them a skeleton!
I mean,
Yes.
In a way,
Sort of.
you leave a skeleton behind. Usually, you
Yeah,
pick
like
things
that,
off.
but
of
I
them.
usually eat the flesh down to the skeleton.
What are you?
I'm a gnoll.
Oh, okay.
That's
a
fancy.
No, yeah, okay, yeah. You wouldn't be a skeleton, and the misunderstanding now, I see where it came from. All
No,
right.
these things are like Vegan looks at you. No, they're propped on the spikes like someone fell on them.
Okay. Mr. Knoll, have you heard of the Splendor Maw? Does that name ring any bells for you?
Is that human thing where people have lots of treasure?
Well, the treasure part's right. This doesn't seem expressly human. It seems much more fey. But you know,
I mean, I ran in here because there was another clan that was trying to kill me.
yeah, you see, we were in the desert, and that's where you are now.
What the hell's a desert?
Am I hearing any of this from?
Yeah, you're hearing this.
Well, I got good news. There was a couple of other Knoll. There was a couple of Knoll skeletons outside. So I think those other guys, I think they came to a bad end.
You did better than them, though.
Yeah.
If they were the ones chasing you, of course, and not the ones looking for you.
I mean, that's great. But I'm still down here.
And we're trying our best to get that figured out.
That's just awful, really.
Vegan, kind of takes a step forward. He's, ebbing his way, making sure he's not falling down. It looks like you could jump this.
We could jump the hole?
Yep.
I'm gonna slide back out the way we came in and just head towards where Vegan is.
All right.
Yeah, going from the ground level. Oh, nice.
Sorry.
Everyone else now follows Vegan now that he has a path. You all get to the edge, and everyone can clearly see there's a 30-foot jump.
Okay, but there's this hole.
You
and
said we could jump this. That's 30 feet.
there's
With a running start, you can jump it.
with this.
Across, okay, think of it this way. Here's the hole. Here's where you guys were above it, looking out over it. Vegan was on the floor going this way.
Oh, so we could maybe jump it from up there, is what he's
No,
saying?
you could jump it from where he is, and you
Okay.
guys went towards where he is.
Okay.
The person, unfortunately, is still in the hole, and now you can see the spikes jutting up out of the hole.
Hey, Mr. Knoll, how good are you at climbing? Because those spikes might make good handholds.
I tried climbing. All the treasure started falling in.
Well,
I can try again. You hear a mound of treasure fall down. Ah! Okay. No, that didn't work.
okay.
Hold on.
There is now a corner of that hole filled with treasure.
So if we just keep dumping treasure in here, we'll fill that hole eventually.
Yeah, no problem. I smack the side of the wall.
Wait a minute. This might be a bit more
In
extreme
front of
than
the
I-
hole. In front of the hole. Look out!
All right, new plan. Hope you're gonna be okay. Just be ready.
You hear the chain. You hear the fucking treasure shift over. You have just added an extra 15 feet of space for you to jump, but you no longer hear the voice.
Hey, buddy.
Find your way out of that. Just follow the sound of my voice. I'm gonna keep making more treasure bridge.
Pal. Oh, I don't think he's doing too hot.
Damn shame.
I mean,
Chick's mouth's just watering.
yeah, Chick, can you sense if a spirit leaves a body within, say a certain
Oh, he'll
amount
start
of feet?
freaking the fuck out.
Because if that dude died, I guess his soul would just be here.
He says that he can't. What's good of him getting the soul if he can't see it?
All right, fair enough. Just trying to get a confirm on if we should keep yelling for this guy. Maybe he just got his head knocked in and he just needs some reassuring voices to avoid the light.
Does it count as death by my hand if I'm the one that buried him?
Yeah.
All right. Then technically Chick would know when he dies.
That's why I was asking.
Why do you think he said he has to see the soul in order to get it?
Yeah, he'll know if it comes out.
All right.
Unless something in this place
So that means he
consumes it first.
might not be dead yet.
Suffocation takes a while. I don't know if you know
That's
this.
a fair point, you know?
But now you have a 15-foot gap to jump, and Vagan just takes this opportunity. With a nat 20, he makes it across just fine.
All right, Vagan, if you're going to be so gung-ho, maybe you should just lead the way.
Well, it looks like there's a path here.
Yeah,
And
but this place has also been a death trap left.
But he actually looks forward. He's like, no, I think I actually see footsteps.
Oh, well, excellent. I take a loop of the rope and I toss it towards him.
He gets it.
All right, I'll take the next jump. Make a little running start and hop. That is a sorry. Okay, yeah, that's an 8. 14.
14. You make it across.
All right, pull myself up.
Yeah, with a little bit of a pull, you grab onto flooring, not the actual treasure, so you're able to pull yourself up.
Something sturdy under that treasure.
Well, it's what you're standing on.
We're on floor now. All right, I ready to brace in case anybody falls.
All right, Frida will take a shot. It's a good thing you had a brace, because she failed miserably.
Athletics to pull her up and make
Yeah.
sure she doesn't get impaled.
Yep.
Athletics is a 14 as well.
You're able to, grab onto the rope and make her swing enough that she's able to, parkour herself off of something sticking out of the treasure and grab the edge and pull up.
All right, toss the rope back across to whoever's going next.
All right, run and jump. Heyo, looking good. That is a 21.
Nice, sick,
Woo!
You do a Christ air as you go across the pit.
Check it out.
Sick ollie, bro.
Here's the shit I live for. One Direction.
You see Vagan hold up a sign that says 7.
Yeah.
Eloy.
I minor illusion a sign that says 10.
Thanks, Eloy.
Toss the rope back across to you.
And then I grab the rope and take a jump. That'd be an 18.
You make it win, no problem.
Yay!
You're a mountain.
Just like Epona. Just glad.
And you hear as the rest of the treasure shifts on top of the hole.
All right.
That's bringing up bad memories of home.
What? Loads and loads of treasure?
Yeah, that.
Oh, yeah, baby. Going into that deep shit, that deep cut backstory shit.
It really is taking a while to die.
I mean, who knows how much lung capacity a knoll has?
Well,
I don't.
Remember, all the shit that's falling off to the side? Maybe with all that shit that's load-bearing on top of him, maybe he fell through the bottom into the abyss.
He just kept going.
Well,
Can
that's one dagger I'll never get back.
I say a few words in the tradition of my people?
Absolutely, Eloy.
And you actually see as Frida is now sitting on the floor with her legs folded, and she begins muttering to herself as she holds up a dagger, swaying it back and forth.
Old Lady Big Rock Mountain, would you please just fucking stop? Okay, that's it. That's our whole prayer. That's all we got.
Here, here. Beautiful,
You're
beautiful
such an
service.
eloquent people.
I was always a fan of your tribe. Never got to spend much time with them.
All right. Well, with that, Vagan begins to try and sift around to see if there's any other spots. Considering that he's just all right, I guess I'm the one who's now trying to find a path for you guys.
Works for me.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm willing to do it. I'm just saying that if you're going to be impatient, you might be throwing yourself into danger. We didn't know what was across that gap. Something spookier than falling treasure might have been waiting for us.
Then he holds his hands by all means.
Ezra, still invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still unseen. I stealth ahead with a 21.
You did say we saw footprints on this side.
Vagan saw footprints.
Oh, okay.
If you want to take a look, it'll be an investigation check.
Sure thing.
Ooh, that
Fell out of the bowl.
17 on investigation.
Less than a nat 20, so I'll just go with that.
In Eloy's still drunkenness and sickness.
So, look at what I found.
Oh, look at that! You're actually seeing what looks like a large imprint of a curled boot almost the same as what Almorad was wearing.
Yeah, I think we got a fiery genie boy going this way.
There is, you do look at on the floor, and on the floor there actually is a little bit of coins that look like they've melted in some capacity.
I look back to my last few footprints with my new fiery horseshoes. Am I leaving footprints like that?
No, you're just leaving you're leaving like large indents where you last left.
Okay.
So like where once gold sat flat, now there's a little indent of your hoof.
Gotcha.
Shoes don't radiate heat; they just
Protect against it.
prevent it.
So I guess we'll just follow the melted gold.
Follow
All right.
the melted gold.
All the melted gold. Who's taking front?
I am with my still being sneaky, just in case anything wants to jump us, and still invisible.
All right. You come across. Oh, hold on. Let me roll for this. Oh my God. Okay then. Well, with a nat 20 on what my encounter table was supposed to be,
Great.
you actually now. The floor now no longer is gold. It actually becomes a small walkway, what almost looks like a red carpet around a cobblestone area, almost like you're inside a castle.
Okay.
There are paintings of people you've never seen before. This doesn't even look like someone from Las Serranas in any capacity whatsoever. This looks like back in the past sort of nonsense. This isn't even from like your realm. You've never seen people like this before. You've never seen humans with this kind of getup before. But all you know is that they're regal, and everything around here actually looks like it's a stone, but there's little slips of what looks like silver vein that was never carved out of the cobblestone.
It's a pretty place they've got here.
As you walk through, you are now passing by weapon racks. And on these weapon racks are a fuck ton. Like, you just entered in someone's castle armory, is pretty much what happened here. The Splendor Maw was able to slip out a piece of someone's castle and put it in here.
I'm going to, would it be investigation or perception to,
Well, as you walk, it becomes real.
yeah. I want to see if there's this weapon rack. Any finesse weapons up there that I can spy?
All right, roll an investigation check.
With a 7.
Apart from a dagger and a short sword.
Okay, well, now,
But the make of the blades or anything of this weaponry is you have like the leather bands that hold the hilt together, but then it's also that it looks like it's made of just regular steel, but then it has that silver vein that goes through the metal that's on the walls.
I grabbed the dagger.
For anyone else, you'd have to roll an investigation check.
I'm gonna see what's up there.
Yeah, ditto. Looking for short swords, short bows, anything like that.
I think Griorchik is messing with Dagon's mind and is jealous of other weapons because I got a 2.
All right. You don't find, like, you're looking at these weapon racks, and there's nothing you really like about them.
Stop it!
Yeah, like,
No. You don't need that one.
Like you see like the little hilt of your sword just like turn into a hand.
You motherfucker! Ow, bitch!
But then Griorchik goes, "Mish." As you turn around, there's a treasure chest.
Oh.
It's about the size of your chest. It's a moderate sized chest.
Yeah.
Yep, inside of it is a mound of what looks like precious metal, almost like the same ingot of what's being made on the stone. So it looks like this is a piece of someone trying to store up any materials to make these weapons in here. But inside of it, you also find what looks like fine jewelry, like a necklace, a choker, a locket, made of the same material.
Is there a picture inside the locket?
No, it is not, but it does have the engraving of what looks like the head of a tiefling.
Pocket it.
Everything in there, I will say this, you can't tell exactly what kind of metal this is, because that's a knowledge check for something very difficult, because you don't know what any of this shit is or who these people are. Mm-hmm. But I will say this: put in your inventory that you have pocketed a silver veined locket, silver veined choker, silver veined ring, and 3 bars of silver veined ore.
I'm guessing I grabbed a silver veined dagger.
Yep.
Locket, choker,
That's what I wrote down.
Which is weird because you would think
3x
that
ingot.
a choker would be made of like leather or something, but it actually is something you.
like
It looks
kinda
like
chain.
yeah, it's like a chain that is placed around your neck.
So I got the locket, the choker, 3 ingots, and was there one other
A ring.
thing? 1 ring.
And I rolled a 14.
I just put on the ring.
You put on the ring.
Yeah. Does it look good?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Nice.
I got a 14 on my investigation.
14. All right. You find one of the weapon racks actually has something a little bit of higher value. The vein looks like it's way more spread out at the top of it. One is of a warhammer, and that warhammer has the most vein that protrudes from the center of the hammer itself. And also, let me roll one more time. Yeah, no, that's real. Okay. You find a staff that is made of this material. You don't even need to roll an arcane check to feel that something is just emanating from this staff.
Well, this is magic. That might be a... fuck it. I grab it. Can I feel anything? Anything happen when I swing it around a little?
You feel some kind of energy surge through you as you hold this thing. You still have control of yourself. You have control of you holding on to this. You don't know what it does, though, but you feel that you have the knowledge to know that there is a way to proc whatever is inside this thing.
We've had enough weird stuff go on. That might be a plan C. Hey, guys, I found a magic stick.
Nice.
You can't talk, can you?
It doesn't talk.
All right. I won't name you then, but hi.
You can't let go of it. You can still move it around. Your hand cannot ungrasp the hilt.
Okay, that's different. That might be a problem.
It's magic
happening?
Being super sticky?
Can't open your fingers?
He cannot find it in himself to let go of the staff.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's sticking to me like glue. It's just my fingers won't open.
Hey, can I see? Says Vagan as he's like peering over.
I mean, see, yes, I would caution against touching it. We don't want to like two prisoners handcuffed
He
together.
grabs
situation.
your arm and like kind of like swerves it around to look at it. Yeah, you're cursed.
Neat. All right.
This is actually something I have written down in my notes. Not about the ore itself, but the kind of curse that you have.
Oh well, that would be useful. Thank
Yeah.
you. What?
Well, from what I can tell, until we can find someone who can make a counter curse, you're stuck with that in that hand.
Any idea what it would take to counter curse this?
I've never seen anything with this same make. I don't even know what kind of metal this is.
Eloy, what if you used heat metal? Maybe it would get so
It'd
hot you want
probably
to let
make
go.
it a little worse.
Yeah, that sounds like a.
But again, you still have control that you know that you can activate this thing, but you just can't let go of it.
Maybe it just wants to be used real bad. If I was stuck in a place for thousands of years not being able to make music, I'd feel real mad at everybody too. Is
Oh,
that
I don't
what you
feel this would
want,
be
buddy?
Vagan looks at you. Oh, this isn't thousands of years. Again, the Splendor Maw just grabs things from the entire planet and puts it together for at least a day or so. So this is from somewhere, and once the day is passed, this entire place will move and everything else inside of it will change.
Well, that's a fair point.
What happens to this spot right here then?
It'll be different. That whole treasure we had behind us, if the legends are true, that'll be something different. It could be grasslands, it could be someone's home. Hell, it could be inside of a creature.
So we're just in a constantly shifting treasure room and looking for a grumpy, fiery genie.
Pretty much.
All right.
Well, at least now if we find him, you have something to hit him with.
Guys, I'm gonna try something. You might want to stand clear.
Will do.
Stands back.
I'm gonna point like across the room to the farthest just pile of treasure that's still visible. Hey, staff, Do it! I try and activate it.
There is a wisping ball of energy that appears from the tip of the staff. It's growing and growing and growing and expanding at an alarming rate that it takes up the entire hallway.
This is real big.
Oh my. Okay, didn't expect this.
I'm gonna keep moving backwards.
Yeah, continue stepping back.
Where are you pointing this?
Down the hallway we came from, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Where we came from or where it's going?
I'm hoping where we came
Yeah,
from.
where we came from seems like the smarter option.
You turn around, everyone else behind you kind of just like either goes around you or steps back so shit doesn't go south. This orb gets to the point where it reaches the walls, and then you start hearing rumblings and shifting of things as it's all being pulled in.
Okay.
You are now watching as the pieces of stone, bits of the painting, the floor, and gold are now wisping around this orb.
Are you deconstructing
And
this
it-
castle, Eloy?
Starts to close on itself and sounds like metal screeching and screaming. Before you, the staff crumbles. You're able to let go of it. There is now a ball of every bit of matter that you just consumed in that orb sitting in front of you.
You had a black hole stick.
And the staff is broken now?
The staff's ore disappeared and it broke apart.
Well, that was interesting.
Weird. I mean, I'm happy to have my hand back. I don't have too much spells that I can do one-handed.
No, yeah, that's fair. You kind of had your hands tied there. Stuck to a stick.
There are a few things you can do one-handed, and
Now there is
some
a,
of them are good.
There is a gold orb, but now it also has the same properties of the metal vein wrapped around the outside of the orb. It's sitting on the floor. It literally looks like a giant head-sized marble of gold and that silver ore.
I'm going to suggest that we give that thing a wide berth if we should have to go back this way to exit.
I really do not have enough room to carry such a thing.
Also,
It is a cannonball-sized thing.
Yeah, be kind of awkward to lug that around.
I'm afraid it might be cursed now, too.
Oh, like if we pick up that ball, we can't put it down?
Yeah, until something else bad happens. I'm starting to regret picking up that stick, and I would like to stop messing with it.
That's fair.
Works for me. Still got
Do
to...
you,
I look at the ball, and at least Ezra's plan is not to touch it until they're on their way out.
as you go forward, you're still walking through this hallway. You can still see the floor in front of you looks like the carpet. And in front of you, you can still see that you're actually walking towards the door frames that you were looking at. Right now, the left side door is the one that you're heading towards. Off to your left, you actually see what looks like an alchemy table and someone's notes sitting upon it.
I rummage through the notes.
Investigation from me.
11 in investigation.
14. As we're rummaging through these notes to find anything of interest. I'm guessing there's at least one or two things.
Is there a byline? Do these notes have an author?
The notes don't have an author. However, they do have scribblings of... It is common, but it looks like the paperwork is claiming that I finally done it. I finally found something that exists outside the realms. Something that is there, but we are not allowed to see or pass through. The stone finally, the stone made clear of me, and there is something that ebbs and eats away from everything that is within this realm.
Okay.
I have made it in. I have decided to make my study enshrined in this material, so I could better study how it works within our own reality.
Guessing I'm going to fail this if it was anything, but I did a history check with an 8. Does this sound familiar to the stuff I've learned about the onrush and how it was like, oh no, someone tampered where they shouldn't have and shit fell apart?
No, it doesn't sound like that. This
Okay.
sounds like someone just found a material that doesn't belong in this realm and just decided to play with it. There is some things on here that do ring a bell. What was your roll again?
Mine was 12.
Mine's a 14.
14? All right, you wouldn't know this, and because of your low roll, unfortunately, you couldn't get it. You do see scribblings that someone kept speaking that we shouldn't, that we are dabbling too much with Heldrum. We might be invoking his ire, but for doing so. And if you want to roll a knowledge religion check.
6, 4.
Knowledge religion is a 10.
10. Vagan surprisingly does not get anything. What about Frida? Frida does not give a shit. I hope the chat knows.
I mean, it's the goblin place, right?
Yep.
Heldrum!
God of
Player.
Fortune.
Yeah.
Well, Ezra doesn't remember that, but either way, he is now just like, oh, great, okay. So I'm piecing together that we've got some scholar here, some fucking hotshot guy who thinks he knows what he's talking about, probably grabbing something he shouldn't. I'm guessing it's going to be something that probably whatever turned that whole room into a marble over there. Just, found a material that was too powerful for him and didn't know what to do with it.
Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and say this just for everyone else. No one in the party knows this, but he pretty much made a room out of a solidified version of the Nebula Storm.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the other time that there was all kinds of plot hooks that didn't get properly investigated?
Yep.
The Nebula!
All right, and with that, you're still going forward. Just like Vagan said, as you guys are getting through, like now the area around you starts to feel like you're outside in fresh air. You are now stepping onto flat land of grass. There are birds chirping off in the distance at this point.
Lovely. What a nice day.
You look up. From what you're looking up, the skyline almost has this tint of like a rosy red, almost like the sun is just rising. There are rabbits dancing around your vision where you can see.
Cute.
So Amrad just deals with this when he comes home?
I don't think this is where he's from. I think he's just looking for money that he couldn't get from the exchange.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if he was hunkering down and making base here or something. This just seems like a tough place to navigate on the reg.
Frida looks at the rabbit. She kind of like squints her eyes. She pulls out a dagger and throws it at the rabbit, spearing it right in the head.
Ooh, dinner.
If you wanted lunch, you could probably
You'd best not eat that. Look, she points at it. The rabbit is trying to move and it's like it's squealing, but as it was running across, you actually look at the floor it's stepping on. It creates autumn leaves.
Yes, I suppose we shouldn't.
Something that has been claimed by here, whatever its lord and master is making all of these things part of its realm.
All right, chick, free reign to shoot every rabbit you see.
I'd advise against that, Frida says, looking to you. That might just anger whatever owns this place.
Oh, fine, Miss Hypocrite, fine. Oh, don't kill the rabbits. Kill the rabbits. Don't eat the rabbits.
Not so much. I feel whatever is making these leaves is showing a trail of death in its wake. There's no life in these things. They feel hollow.
I mean, this is just a big place where treasure is gathering. Maybe it's just a lot of, just scary imagery to frighten off would-be treasure hunters.
But why would this place collect rabbits and grasslands, something that is commonplace, and make it a realm of treasure?
Dagon's going to pull out his spyglass and just kind of like look around.
You are now, I'll just say this before you roll the dice. You are halfway into this room.
Okay.
You probably have like another 5 minutes straight walk going forward if you wanted to get to the room on the left.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to keep moving, but Dagon's just going to be peering around. And
Looking at things at a distance and seeing what it looks like.
You peer around and you actually notice that since you are close to the left side of the entire room,
Yeah, it's 15 on perception.
the grass is actually moving, like it's shifting a little bit. Like it's almost like if you watch the moon shift in the sky, it rotates with the planet. The grass is kind of doing that, and it's almost like shifting, almost like an image on a music box or like a picture
So it's
that
like a
rotates.
weird perception sort of
Yeah.
Almost like a optical illusion.
Yeah, but the floor is shifting with it, and it's arching over the edge and falling into the abyss.
We keep kaleidoscoping.
Just gonna stay away from that part.
No, that seems scary. That's probably the abyss part that we've been dropping things into. And
Best to not be a part of that, really.
More rabbits are now, like, where do you guys go from here? Because there are still rabbits still hopping along at this point.
I mean, I would think we're probably just going to keep heading towards the doorway.
Yeah, whichever way. I'm guessing since Almorad is always burning, he would be leaving like a trail of...
Roll me an investigation check, everyone.
11.
9.
16.
Yes, there are parts in the grass where you can look at it, and there are footsteps and bits of, like, torched earth.
All right, so yeah, I point that out and say like, that way.
Seems like our boys left a trail.
All right, you follow the trail. It looks like it's heading over towards the center door.
Good to know.
Right down the middle.
Yep. You guys are heading that way, heading towards right down the middle. You actually peer off to the side. You can see that, like, the flat lands that you're standing on turn into a hill if you were to proceed to go forward, and if you proceeded to go completely to the right, it would lurch off into a hill, like almost standing on, like, the flat lines of a slope on a golf course.
I'd continue tracking our quarry, basically.
The tracks stop and, like, almost erratically look like Almorad tried to dash to the right.
Does this have anything to do with the warping of the grass as it has been getting pulled into the abyss?
No, you literally have just gotten to the center of the room at this point. Looking out to the side, you could see the middle door. You're right in front of it. However, Almorad's tracks just, like, all of a sudden, like, stop here. It looks like there was signs of a struggle. He, like, walked in a circle and then ran off to the right.
He had a little bit of an issue here.
I'm investigating the door with a 12. Did the door seem like trapped or anything? Like there had been something rigged to go off if someone tried to cross it?
The closer you get to the doors, the more you're starting to see those autumn leaves wrap around them.
All right, so it looks like he went off this way. And I mean, he's the one we need dead.
No, that's true. Just wondering why he would pick the middle first and then shift. But I guess if he doesn't know this place much better than we do.
Looks like there was a bit of a scuffle here, or maybe he got chased by the death bunnies.
I guess it's possible.
There are rabbits sitting around. They're just like, they're watching you. Some of them run away from you. Some of them just sit there and let you walk past them.
Hello. I say in Celestial.
The rabbit does nothing.
All right, if he went through this door, we might as well see what's in that direction.
Yep, we continue following his path. Is that you, chick?
What?
He says it's the bunnies.
Hides in the skin.
Is he saying pies in the skin?
I think he said hides in the skin.
Hides in the skin.
Yeah.
I thought hides were skin.
Yeah,
But they're hiding in the skin.
One hops behind you, Eloy. Hides in the skin. Hides in the skin. Hides in the skin. Hides in the skin.
We should probably move a little quicker.
I don't like this.
Let's just keep going this way. Just
Hides in the skin.
Start inching
I get
towards
that.
the door.
gonna
Eloy
move
hops
along this
forward.
way.
Hides in the skin. Hides in the skin. Hides in the skin.
I mean, hey,
Win-
you know
win
what?
in
It's worth
Rome.
a shot. Do they react?
Hides in the skin. Hides in the skin.
I don't think they can understand it.
Let's just not touch them.
Yeah. All right, and also keep a
You
close
watch as
eye.
the bunny that Frida killed has the knife in its head, but it's the hole where the knife was is open and it's breathing. Hides in the skin.
Neat.
Okay, so something's gonna be hiding in the skin.
It's something I didn't really need to see today. I've seen a lot of things.
This is so cool, as Vegan's writing down.
Frida, you're kind of a medicine woman. Have we contracted anything since walking in here?
No, this place feels unnatural. Like there's no pain from these creatures. They have no feelings. There is no emotion in them. They just speak and therefore they are. It's bizarre.
Meanwhile, Dagon just like looking at the trail Almorad left, just stand there, just
No, I get that, but it's just, we don't know what the fuck these things are gonna do to us if we
The
go
rabbits
that
are
way.
getting larger as you walk in the path that Almorad was as he's going down slope. Hides in the skin. Hides in the skin. Eloy, there's a rabbit that's almost up to your waist. Hides in the skin.
Hides in the skin to you too.
There's so many things I want to investigate and mess with here, but I feel like it's just gonna make things go bad.
That has largely been our experience.
I would agree.
So my curiosity is just gonna have to sit by for a second.
A welcome sight. There's a squirrel as you walk past a tree.
I'm not gonna figure out what happens
Oh,
if one
thank
of these
God, a
rabbits eats
squirrel.
one of my glass beads.
Ah, it speaks in reverse. Great.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Just keep
As
walking.
as a butterfly flies by. Hide in the skin.
Oh, that one speaks normal.
What? Okay, so they all got the memo of hides in the skin.
Except for the squirrel, which speaks in reverse.
Climbs trees. I had to sacrifice language for that skill. We should keep moving before these things get
You are walking
aggressive.
over towards the right door at this point. The slope is still continuing to go down. However, you are now ebbing towards the edge of the room. And the slope is still going down, and Almarad's tracks still keep going.
Like past a wall, or
It looks like his tracks got more erratic, like he was falling down.
big guy probably took a tumble down the hill.
But then the footsteps stop, and there is a hole in front of you. The slope ebbs around like in a circle.
Like there's a hole into the abyss.
No, not the abyss. It looks like just a regular hole, like almost like a rabbit hole.
Oh.
But if you keep going, like the slope goes back up, and then it ebbs over the side of the room.
Well, it looks like his fat ass fell into this hole if these tracks are to be...
You want to roll an investigation check?
I would. Unnatural 0.
Well, I have a 14.
You think he fell in the hole?
He fell in this fucking hole.
That seems reasonable. 3.
No, Almarad's footsteps actually dashed over to the side, almost like there's a small skid mark that leads back up the side.
No, wait, he went this way. Look, you can kind of follow this little skid right here.
Dagon,
Look, clearly his fat ass
Yep.
made this hole.
yeah, something clearly made this hole as what looks like a clawed, elongated hand reaches out and grabs your waist, hides in the skin, and tries to pull you down.
Eep.
Oh, he was avoiding the spoopy hand.
And you know what? I don't think we're gonna be able to finish this in time, even if we did have it at this point. So I think I might have to ebb this into next week.
Just call
Oh,
this.
shoot, because I had a great Halloween one-shot plan for it.
You know what? Let's see. No, we can still keep going. I'll figure this out. So
Okay.
at this point, there is now a hand reaching out to grab you. It doesn't look like it just looks like a fleshed hand reaching out to grab you.
Clearly his fat ass fell in this hole!
No, I think his fat ass might have been dragged into that hole.
I'm gonna just grab Dagon and try and like brace him in case this hand starts yanking.
I'm getting the fuck out of the way.
Well, roll an athletics check as this thing has got you.
Oh, it's got me. That's what a natural 1 will do for you. 19.
As you pull away from the hand, it lurches and curls and grabs a chunk of your clothing and rips.
You bitch!
It looks so nice. Well, I don't like this thing.
Hides in the skin.
Oh, fine. You want like this? I start getting naked. Fuck them.
Something's crawling out. Like the limb is getting longer and longer as the hand reaches up and begins to pull as the hole bulges. There is a
from
flesh-like
Majora's
pod
Mask.
coming out of the hole, and it's trying to burst up like you're popping a pimple.
You know,
Vagan just looks to you all. I think we should run.
that makes
No,
sense
I
to me.
agree.
I put the jacket back on and keep running. I'll find a leathersmith later.
As you're all running, you hear the rabbits all speak to you. Hides in the skin, hides in the skin.
No. I keep wanting to experiment with these glass beans that I've had since like, chapter 1 and 2, but every time it seems to just go wrong, so I'm just gonna move. Ezra will not be like, I wonder what would happen if this creepy long arm thing had to deal with a glass bean in its hole. But we'll figure that out later.
All right, as you guys run, you see Almarad's tracks of him actually trying to escape up the hill.
Can you imagine his fat ass running up this hill?
I don't want to. It'll make me laugh and fall into that hole.
He probably made his fat horse do it for him.
Oh, God. That's what we would sound like running away from this monster.
One of the bigger rabbits is now sitting right in front of you.
Hides in the skin.
One must have skin for to be hiding it. As it opens its mouth and another hand rips out of its
I don't
throat.
like this. I don't like where this is going at all.
I don't either. Is there a door anywhere near us?
Excuse me. You're heading towards a door. The rabbit stopped right in front of you before you could reach it.
Standing in the way.
As you watch as its mouth opens, the hand lurches out, but with it, it's bleeding rubies.
Like the currency?
The currency. The currency is pouring out of its mouth as the hand reaches out.
All right, okay, that seems like some good stuff to grab.
Do you contend with the horror rabbit that hides in the skin, or do you run forward?
Almarad's not going anywhere. He's getting deeper and deeper in here.
Is the horrible flesh pod hand still pursuing us from the other direction?
Well, it's trying to climb out of the hole at this point.
Okay.
You don't know where it is because you left it behind.
There's a fella with a lot of skin that way in a hole. He's not going anywhere. If you want to grab that guy.
Well, if you seem so eager to try and grab at these rubies, do you attempt?
I'm not grabbing at the rubies. I'm just...
No, Dagon is going to go ahead and try to, juke around this rabbit here.
It doesn't seem like it's moving, just so much as it's like the hand is reaching out to try and grab at you.
Yeah, not dealing with that bullshit, really.
What about you, though?
Yeah, no, I'm going to... If it doesn't seem like it is, approaching or moving...
Oh, it's reaching out to get you.
Well, yeah, but, if it is not... If the rabbit is sitting still and it's just got this... just reaching at us...
Dagon's
then
greed
yeah.
has limits.
Then I will also try to walk around it.
Really? Your limits are at hide to the skin?
Dagon's greed has limits when it comes to... Look, we still... Dagon knows that, this genie's in there. He's worth a lot more than whatever the hell this thing's bleeding.
We also know for a fact that at least some of this treasure's cursed at
Yeah.
this point. And this seems like prime cursed treasure material.
They all seem hollow, is what we have heard.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Ezra also is one for the whole value and seeing that this could make me rich now, but I might die.
Before you say that, roll a knowledge arcane check.
Just him?
Yep.
12.
Those rubies are turning into leaves as they hit the ground.
See, not even worth it.
Yeah,
He
no.
can see that. You
Yeah.
guys can't.
Dagon doesn't care.
In case any of you were tempted, don't worry with the rubies. They seem to just be dead leaves.
Man, I just learned about the concept of money 6 months ago. I'm cool.
Hide to the skin.
Dagon's just booking it for the door.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hot on his heels.
Yep. You guys follow after the door. You all hear a cacophony of hide to the skin as the rabbits are chasing after you now. They're not
They
gaining.
were so playful and friendly just a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, this just turned into that episode of SpongeBob where he's just walking, sprinting. You guys dive through the door and you no longer hear the voices.
Okay. It's at least quieter in here. Am I still invisible? How long have we been going?
Any of you know how to mend clothing?
The rabbits actually stop at the door and they're sitting there as little hands start ripping out of parts of their body. Hide to the skin.
I cast a minor illusion of a closed door in the doorway
Thank you, Eloy.
with an out of order sign hanging on a piece of string.
Guess they took the wrong turn at Albuquerque.
What's before you seems way normal than
wasn't
everything else you've
visible
seen
yet.
before.
I
You
am
actually
now.
are inside a cave at this point. It's a very big open mouth, open hole cave. You can see sunlight peering through. There is sand bleeding in from the top, but not at an alarming rate. Enough that you feel but it's not high enough that you could actually crawl out. but you are in like a shifting sand area where you just have to navigate a couple of curves and you can get through just fine. You are hearing voices off in the distance.
Perception to try to make it out. Modified 20.
All right. You hear Almarad speaking to someone else. Before anyone else makes a roll, let me at least say what you hear.
Sure.
And what if I told you I don't give a rat's ass? I made good on my end.
The fat ass is here, and it doesn't sound like he's alone.
Sounds like he's got a disagreement of some sort.
You are far. You don't see anything right now because of the shifting sand. If you want to keep going, I would. How do you wish to proceed? You can hear the voice. It's off in the distance. If you go down this cave, you'll be able to reach it.
Well, effectively, you're still invisible.
Yep.
Am I?
It lasts for an hour.
Okay. Didn't know how long we had been, and then if he minor illusioned
If
the
you
door,
were,
if that
if you
would
were,
break
if you were the one
concentration.
grabbed by the hand, it would have took away the spell.
Okay. Well then, okay. I'm going to try and
I mean,
go.
unless that hand has some dispelling magic thing.
Nah.
Yeah. Like getting hit does not dispel it. Only attacking yourself.
Only if I launch an attack.
They would realize you are there at that point.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. But they would be grasping an invisible person.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I continue forward on these.
Roll a stealth
Yes.
And we'll trail behind.
with advantage.
Hey-o, a modified 20.
Dagon will stealth as well. 15.
I forgot I gave myself double proficiency on stealth, so my stealth rolls get a big ol' bonus.
Yeah, I will bring up the rear, but my stealth roll is only an 11.
All right. Well, since you two are bringing up the front, I'm gonna say this for you two at this point. You continue going forward. You're kind of like bending around a lot of areas. You're kind of snaking your way through, making sure you're not disturbing anything. You reach another open mouth to a smaller cave. This one is a platform of land that is surrounded by what looks like the marble of the gazebo that was from outside, but there's water walling the entire area outside of it. So it's like you're entering into a small room where there's land over a body of water, and there's a waterfall just outside that little like circumference of marble.
So we're kind of like looking through a veil of water. Can we see
You're not looking through a
Almarad?
veil of water. You're looking through an open mouth cave, but you're
Okay.
behind one of the rocks where the sand is falling.
Gotcha.
Almarad is standing before a couple of the Scorpion Guard. They don't seem like they're engaged in combat, but they are like arguing over something right now. It does look like from where the Scorpion Guard is standing that they came in from one of the walls of water.
Okay.
So there's like a circle of water, a circle of platform. Underneath it is water, and there are 3 paths that lead outside through the waterfalls. They continue to speak to each other. The Scorpion Guard, they're all drows, by the way. All 3 of the Scorpion Guard are drows. I don't believe we recall that this was part of the deal, Almarad. Your job was to take the boy and create chaos in an allotted time frame. How was I gonna know that there were gonna be adventurers to stop me? I still did. Yeah, I still did what your majesty asked me to do. And that means I still made good on my bargain. And by our code, that means I should get what I asked for. What do you do?
How far away is he?
You are, I'm gonna say like 80 feet away from him at this point.
Wonderful. This worked last time. In his head, he hears in his own voice, "These traitorous goddamn drow trying to take what belongs to me." Enemies abound. He must make an intelligence saving throw. DC 16.
I'm assuming you don't have any visual cue that you're doing this, so I can't detect.
You
that this
can
is
see
happening.
Chick just kind of mouthing some.
'Cause I have.
He didn't need your help to do that.
Well, now all of these creatures around him are enemies.
Oh yeah, he didn't need you to do that, but now he's just like, he's got his swords at the ready, just like, I really don't want to do this.
Oh, now he does.
Well, no, like, no, well, again.
Yeah, gotcha.
The logic part of his brain is going, I don't want to do this, but I have to.
I don't want to do this, boys. And you know, even if you lot have one piece of what I need, you 3 little goons against me doesn't look right in your favor, even if your mistress was to double-cross me at this point. What is she gonna do for you 3?
I whispered to Ezra, this might be a good chance to get in with the Scorpion Queen, too. Yeah.
Well, as we see it, Almorad, if you are truly honor-bound by your duties as an Ifrit, we have all the right to banish you from this world the moment you go back on it. So I suggest you guys now watch as this guy is talking. Roll me a perception check.
That is a 21.
I probably look away or something. 7.
25.
Because of your stealth check, you're not up there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm farther away. Yeah.
You might be able to hear some of this.
Dagon, you start seeing like tendrils of water kind of like cusp at the bottom and become small little like they start to form like little tendrils of water, almost like a small geyser. But then the water starts to stick against the marble and start rising up. It doesn't look like anyone in that room is doing that. The water is continuously rising, and only you are seeing this. The water has now reached up to a point where it's just behind the Scorpion Guard. Do you do anything?
If will allow me to flavor the spell that I am actually speaking in his head, I would point it out to like his. I would allow it to somehow point it out to him that this shit is happening.
That is going a little too far.
Yeah, fine by me. I am not going to do anything about this because it's clearly going against who we are here to kill.
As the water rises up, you watch as, almost like a face hugger, it jumps off the wall, opens up like a cage, encapsulates around their heads, bubbles up, and starts to physically drown them in place.
Oh, it's drowning the drow?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Almorad just stands there befuddled, like, whoa, what the fuck?
Well, I'm even more confused now. I will hold this out because whatever pops out from this, he is going to think is a bad guy.
Sorry, again, these fucking allergies are bad, man.
No worries. I'm going to watch these drow drown.
Yeah, you're seeing this too now. Now you're seeing like a bubble of water just appears around these drow.
Okay, this place keeps getting spookier.
Okay, I don't think we'll be getting in good with the Scorpion Queen now.
You watch as a gloved hand comes out from the pillar of water, from the waterfall of water. It looks like a feminine hand that's clawed up and holding it out, almost like Palpatine holding out his hand to do a lightning bolt.
Right.
And out from around it circles a moray eel.
No fucking way.
The hand clasps, and the water explodes, and you watch as the water, almost like what was inside used to be an image of a drow's head, now is just a pool of blood as all the bodies slump off into the edge.
Was that some sort of water eruption, or perhaps a Pops Ravi that I just witnessed?
Good on your draconic, but no, that was a pirate lord.
As the water spreads apart like a curtain opening, walks out what looks like a long white-haired witch with a very large pointed hat and a blue dress, eloquently like just walking her way forward with an eel wrapped around her waist and her arm. Oh, that was annoying, wasn't it? Almorad, again, is just like, I am so confused.
And unfortunately, due to my spell's effect, he does see her as an enemy.
Yeah, he is immediately aggressive towards her, should she appear to him.
Oh yeah, he's got his weapons at the ready, but
Okay.
clearly something's a little off here because she just killed the enemy that he was looking at before. Oh, please, put your weapons away. I'm here to speak with you, not to engage with you in combat. That's far too messy for me.
Nah, I won't do it.
I don't know how that
know
works
that
with the
doesn't work.
spells.
That doesn't work. He's still getting aggressive.
Okay, good. Your spell does what I was gonna try to do anyway. Because I've been sitting on the actor spell for like ever, and it's just if I've heard something for more than a minute, I can mimic it perfectly. I was just gonna be all Murad, be like, whatever, bitch, I'm gonna take you right here, right now. But if we've already got the spell working on it, then
No, I'm willing to get in good with the pirate lord if he starts attacking her.
I won't
Well,
give
at this
away my
point,
position.
I need to take a break real quick.
All right,
we're
we
good.
will be right back for the climax of this act.
My goodness.
After this. Welcome back to the table. We're watching this unfold as
Yeah.
a pirate lord.
Yep.
An invisible
Lady-
Ezra
lady-
and a much more visible but still hidden Dagon stare on in horror and,
Yeah,
and intrigue.
Yep.
Lady Siren is about to make this fire djinn her bitch.
Hey, Almurad might stand a chance. We don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Almurad, unfortunately, due to your spell, is looking a little on edge, a little frothy at the mouth, ready for some blood.
He's an angry boy.
He's an angry boy, but
His intimidation is keeping him in check.
yep, his intimidation is there. However, and Lady Siren is looking at this and just like so nonplussed about this whole entire situation. Just like she pets the head of the moray eel, just like, oh please, calm yourself. I have what you want. That's a lie. You're just saying that to me. I know who you are. You're that sweet talking pirate lady who showed up when all the vampires showed up. Oh, yes, I'm aware of those creatures. I have my own agenda with them, but no, my quarrel is not with you. My quarrel is with them. However, I know what you want, and I know you can give me something that I want. And that's why she like kind of just like pats the moray eel on the head, and the eel kind of just like slithers around her backside and pulls out a staff that has the same symbols of the Molten Man on it.
Where was she hiding that?
Magic.
I have a very active imagination.
One prevailing theory.
I know who you are, and I know what you're capable of. And I know the Scorpion Queen coveted that power, and if you ask me, she lacks vision on how to use it. I know you can't give me everything, and I know you can't give me the world with what's complete of you if I was to give you this. However, I know you are honor-bound by your word to grant me at least one wish, albeit not the best wish I could ask for. I mean, I would ask probably to take over the entire South Seas with that sort of power. But that's not what I'm here, no. I'll make a deal with you. And of course, Almurad's just sitting there just like, of course you want to make a deal with me. Everyone wants to make a deal. I just want to be out of this entire situation. Oh, and that's something I can give you. That is something I can give you. Or at least give you a starting chance to do so. If I give you this, that'll be 2 out of the 3 pieces. And you'll have far more power than this lowly, fat, ugly, grotesque version of yourself that you once were. Right, Molten Man? You heard what the Asmar have been calling me then. Indeed. However, I don't want something too great. Oh, and let me guess what that is, says Almurad as he's like pacing back and forth, just like, oh, so let me guess, you want to be the next Scorpion Queen, or perhaps you want to take control of everything in that dumb dump of a place where that stupid ass Dragonborn made a scar on my face. No, I want something smaller. The Scorpion Queen has some of my allies, and I wish them back. What? You mean, like... You see Almurad just, like, sit there, he's just, like, pondering to himself, just like, wait, you want something that small of all things? Indeed. However, the problem being now is, if you go back on your master's word, you will be banished. However, I hold one piece, and I'm willing to give you a piece of what your master had on a leash on you. But I don't know if I'll get what I am asking for. What do you guys do at this point as you're watching this? Is now Almorad and Lady Siren are now arguing over the fact that she has, apparently there are now 3 pieces of this lamp. And I said staff, I am absolutely wrong. She has the headpiece, so she has the seraphim piece of the staff.
Okay.
You guys know that Mars has the staff version, and Almorad has the gem version.
I have a plan.
Okay.
Then perhaps I can be of some assistance. And I step out from the shadows. He's invisible.
Yeah. I don't voice any sort of thing.
And at this point, you've actually caught up to them, so everyone else is there and in hiding. You just make yourself known at this point.
I'm sorry, were you not looking to be followed?
Oh, I was followed. However, I took care of what was visible. The only problem is I need to know who you are and who you work with, as Almorad's just sitting there looking at you. You again!
Ah, hello. Greetings. Huxley. Dagon Huxley. The Wraith of Ibrakal, as I have been known. Freelance, former pirate, possibly current pirate, unsure at the moment. Lady Siren, I presume.
Indeed, that would be myself.
Very nice to meet you. Now, it seems that
Whoa, I'm sorry, I didn't also introduce my companion, as she holds out the moray eel as it's bobbing back and forth. This is Blair.
Blair?
Blair.
Okay. Just wanna
Hello,
make sure.
Blair. Very nice to make your
The
acquaintance.
moray eel kind of looks to you.
This is Griorchik, the All Gobbler.
Yes.
He doesn't like my He doesn't like my interpretation. It literally means the one that eats everything. Do you really want to be called Griorchik, that guy that eats everything? In what world does that sound better than? Oh, never mind.
Almorad and Siren are just sitting there, just like that fucking scene where Kronk's talking to himself and Yzma looks to the other two, and they're like, "Fucking no."
Anyway, not my point. Perhaps I could be of some assistance in getting what you're looking for, if perhaps my back could be scratched as well.
I see. And what's stopping from either myself and Mr. Almorad from just wiping the floor with you?
Frankly, not much, but goodwill, and I do sense enough goodwill from you that you're having this conversation to begin with. And
You would be very wise in thinking that.
yes, I like to
Not for me, you asshole!
This only somewhat involves you at the moment.
Siren just like, you see Lady Siren just kind of just like chuckle to herself, like, that's great.
Oh, damn.
Oh, snap. Even Blair's just like,
If moray eels could snap, he'd be...
oh no, he snaps his tail.
How's your horse, by the way?
Missing a leg because of you.
Yes. And beard growing back?
You actually see it's fine. He looks like with what time he had, he was able to reform himself.
Good. You're looking significantly better, aside from the obvious scar that was left on your face. You know, I met...
Oh no, the scar's still there.
Yeah. You know, I met your assailant not too long ago.
He's narrowing his eyes, and let me guess, he sent you here to kill me.
Kill you, bring you back alive.
I can't let that
Whichever.
happen, sir.
Oh,
Mr.
I'm
Mr.
aware.
Huxley.
As soon as I saw you enter the picture and this whole situation unfold, I figured there was something more to it. Perhaps you have heard tell of my current captain, Ezra Lockwood of the Natural Wonders?
You watch, she's just like petting Blair on the top of the head as she's like trying to recollect herself. Oh, is he that strapping young lad that I've heard so much about from good old Captain Meade?
Yes, quite daring. They, the tales they tell of the Natural Wonders, I can say with my brief time with them, they ring true. Seems where they go,
they are
fortune
here
follows.
And since they are part of our, since the Natural Wonders hold a little bit of interest in our plans as a whole, where does that leave you, Mr. Huxley?
Well, as of right now, I'm simply with them as a trial basis. I am but a simple adventurer from Wright. I lost my crew some time ago, and I'm simply seeking a new one and fortune along the way.
I see, because you actually do keep a piece of the Reach on your back.
Yes. He has quite the mouth on him today. I'm dreadfully sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right. I know of his kind, and I know what he's here for.
Yes, he's... I'll get to that later, but as for right now, we're here on a very specific mission, and that is, namely, to save the king of the ASMR, and, well, that's not exactly to my liking. Money is to my liking, and this job seems to pay very well, and my captain and his crew seem very fond of the idea. However, there may be some ways to work some strings behind the scenes that, let's just say your assailants might be at odds with our plan, and we might be able to work out a deal and see him fall flat on his face.
What do you propose then, Mr. Huxley?
Well, I know...
And also, I don't mean to be... I don't mean this to be rude, but the rest of your crew is rather uncouth for hiding themselves.
Yes, terribly sorry. I simply stepped forward as an emissary. I just wanted to...
Almarad's just sitting there scratching his face, just like, what the fuck is going on?
It's safe to come out.
Eloy steps forward. Hi, I'm Eloy.
He's wonderful.
I spook ghosts.
A renowned bard.
Oh, that's right. That's what was in the letter. Speaking about an ass, I thought that was a joke.
No, I got one on the back of me.
I see. Where's your captain, the half-elf?
He's here, and he will show himself when he deems it necessary.
Has Frida entered yet?
Frida is there.
Okay.
He likes to make a bit of an entrance.
And there's Vagan. Vagan, actually, everyone roll a perception check.
19.
16.
Dagon doesn't care.
Oh, for you two. You guys didn't see Vagan come out of the other room.
Shame.
Okay. I will log that away for now. But okay, if everyone else who I am aware of their location has appeared, now is when I will just kind of announce my presence. Yes, for a captain always waits for the most dramatic moment to enter the scene. I fire my grappling gun hook in a direction, not at anybody, just like kind of like away from the crowd.
So you can like try and swing in.
I was gonna say, in order to initiate an attack, so I am now like visible.
I think you can dispel that well.
You could choose to dispel yourself.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you want to just give me a nudge, I can dispel it.
Okay, fine. Well, I give you a nudge as I shoot the thing into the air.
Okay.
Kaboom! And suddenly I am before them.
Roll a performance check, as I'm gonna roll an insight for both of them.
For behold, with a performance of 13, I have entered the room.
I'll minor illusion like a bright flash as you appear.
And Dagon will prestidigitation some smoke.
Okay.
And then there's Frida. Ta-da.
Your
Well, you spooked Almarad so bad he almost fell off the side, whereas Siren had to like hold her arm out so Bleck could like grab his pant leg and pull him back.
Your knowledge of the natural wonders honors me, your ladyship, I say, like just kneeling after appearing and being all dramatic and flary.
Dagon steps to the back.
She's just like, she's watching this performance, she just goes, oh, very well. She just like gives a nice little like golf clap.
I minor illusion a roar of applause behind you. Yeah!
Please don't do that. As I'm sure you've eavesdropped on the conversation as of such so far. I have said I have been followed, and I fear that there might be more assailants on the way.
Well, the rooms we had to get through were kind of a pain. I feel like we'll probably hear people coming if
Which room did you enter from?
Well, there was a bunch of treasure, and then it kind of became this grassy field, and then there were these rabbits that were really interested in something hiding in skin, and then just a lot of spooky big hands grabbing at us, either from rabbits or just from holes in the ground.
She looks over to Almorad.
He got a good look at it.
Oh, I did, and I didn't like what I saw. I walked in from the. He looks left and right. He looks at his hands, makes an L with one, and upside down, backwards L with the other. I went through this one. He says he came in from the right. Strange. I took a path traveled to the right and ended up in the left.
Yeah, so this place seems real confusing. If we've got assailants, they might be hung up for a second.
Well, in any case, let's keep our conversation as quickly and as quietly as possible, shall we?
My apologies, ma'am.
Well, now, you say that I know you, this is true, but I only know you in writings possibly 5 months back. I've been after our fallen crew members for quite some time. Unfortunately, they have been taken to the Scorpion Queen under the guise as a gift for slavery from the Lamprey Dogma. I've been trying to negotiate a way to get them out through normal means, but then when I discovered that they had a genie on their hands, one that was ill-powered unless his entire lamp was complete, I thought I'd take a little bit of advantage on that. She holds up the scepter piece.
No, we just so happen to know where the staff resides.
However, I don't require a grand wish. That's if we complete the whole thing. You see Almorad just look over to the side. When you mentioned that, he's just like, oh boy, am I going to go back to being normal? Oh, damn it. I simply require you to have enough power to grant me a minor wish. And I'm certain you teleporting a few children and a gremlin back to my ship will be something quite minor for a man of your powers. I mean, I guess I could do that, but I'm still not honor bound to you. The only way that could work is if the Scorpion Queen was killed.
Well...
Lady Siren looks to you. That's not going to be easy, nor do I advise on that.
I'm not saying we're going to launch an attack on her, just an interesting ripple in this.
Unless we can find some way that the Scorpion Queen will dishonor her bargain in public and in front of Almorad, the honor would be broken and he would need a new master. One who holds the scepter before him.
What is your bargain exactly?
Almorad kind of looks to you. Well, let me tell you a sad tale.
Have I got a yarn for you?
I prestidigitation the sound of the world's smallest violin.
It's true, I am what the folks call the Molten Man. I was released from my lamp prison by a lowly grunt of the Scorpion Queen. I was taken before her with what you see before you. This is not my true form, unfortunately. I can't believe I said that out loud. This isn't my final form. I thought I was being brought before someone to grant wishes as the Molten Man. Unfortunately, I am not the original form I was once before. My scepter had been broken when found in the ruins, and those Neris Estate boys, they really like taking apart pieces and selling them back and forth. Me trying to find their own pieces to my lamp were unsuccessful. So I was brought before the Scorpion Queen, and she held a piece. When I told her of what could be given to her for the price of getting me completed again, she let me out on my way to try and find the rest of the pieces. I ventured into Furfos, and I found that Mars, one of the head honchos of the Neris Estate, actually had a piece. I tried to bargain with the man, but he wouldn't budge and left this on my face.
He is a rather intense individual.
Right? Kind of a pompous prick, if you ask me.
So in a brilliant negotiation tactic, you take his kid and ask for rupees?
That was not my idea. I went back to the Scorpion Queen with the scar, and when she found out I failed the mission, she came up with this little idea so that her goons can get the thing while Mars was in his most weakened state. She told me to capture the kid and keep him busy as long as I could possibly do so. And then you 3 idiots showed up.
Okay.
Simply being paid.
Us three good noble contractmen doing our job. I see.
Well, I didn't think you'd be able to sneak past all the Zorn and all the extra bodyguards that the Scorpion Queen was giving me as a little entourage. So when that fell flat, I decided to run back here and give a message to the Scorpion Queen telling her crew of what happened. The bargain was still struck. I did what was asked for. But without the Scorpion Queen being here to see the actual results, me not returning to her doesn't honor the bargain.
Was it the Scorpion Queen's idea to rough up the kid?
Yes.
Insight. Maybe. Yeah, that sounds legit. Natural wonders.
Dagon doesn't care whose idea it was.
Ezra does care, but he's just mad regardless of who's in charge.
Do you want to roll an insight to see if he's telling the truth?
I mean, I can check. I guess really. Oh, yeah, 19.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. It wasn't his idea, but it's not like he didn't take any enjoyment of doing it. This is him doing a job so he could be free.
That's essentially where Ezra is. It's like, all right, he probably wasn't the one who came up with the idea, but he sure didn't seem to avoid it.
Look, man, I don't care. As long as I get my power back and I become what I once was, if I could at least get another piece, I could go before the Scorpion Queen with far more power than average, and I could probably bargain my way out of a situation, honor or not.
So either the piece that she has on her or the piece that is in the possession of
Mars.
Mars.
And that unfortunately fell flat, and now it seems we have a new deal right before us. However, I'm not so certain how much power I'll regain once the pieces are put together. I can't understand how the bottom end of this gemstone will fit on top of the scepter that's supposed to fit a staff. And if you break this, or if anything gets broken on any of these pieces, I go away and poof, no wish for you. So here's your dilemma. He needs to have proof of the Scorpion Queen going back on her deal with him in order to break his contract. And once his contract is broken, he will need a new master, anyone who holds the piece that is physically before him.
And the deal was that...
The deal was that he had to return to the Scorpion Queen after roughing up the kid and going back so her men can retrieve the staff while Mars was broken.
So basically, if there's no...
if he returns to her and she doesn't have a staff, the honor, he lost the deal and has to still remain in honor to her. But if you find some way that she broke her deal with him, that if he actually did go through with this and he returned with her with the staff with it, but then she goes back on it, he is free from her grasp.
So basically, if she doesn't have the staff to give him, she's lying.
Yep.
Well, we know she doesn't have the staff, considering didn't Mars have it when we just saw him?
Yeah. Mars still had it, but from you guys going into the desert at this point, you don't know if someone tried to break into Mars's place at this point.
Okay.
Well,
And remember, Mars says that a lot of the shit that he was going through was depression because his kid was gone, and now that it's back, he feels like he's way more impartial to have power in the Neris estate again. Mm-hmm. So he's on the upswing, which is not part of the bargain.
Yeah. So we know that this is already not gone the way it was supposed to be, because she was supposed to get the scepter while he was depressed.
But if he fails the mission, she still gets to keep him under her honor.
Oh, okay. So him messing up
doesn't change anything.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. So until your former master clearly breaks the rule or clearly breaks contract, you're bound to
I am
those
bound
demands?
I am bound to serve her in this form as the best of my ability. However, like he says to you, if what the pieces we have right now, they don't fit and they don't work. I can't put the gem underneath the top of the staff. That doesn't work that way. the staff piece is the defining part here.
So we're gonna need that staff.
It's the peanut butter part of the sandwich that holds everything together.
He just looks over to you. That's right. So he has the two pieces, which means he has enough power to probably like be a little bit more powerful. But at this point, he needs the pieces to be put together correctly in order to like be able to like give wishes or to like have more power over the Scorpion Queen that he can just leave her.
So even if Lady Siren was to give you the gem she had, or the seraphim she has, you still wouldn't be able to grant her wish of pulling her people out.
If we can't find a way to put it together and jerry-rig this whole thing.
What if we could get you into the Neris estate? Get you in.
He just
with
starts
that stuff.
laughing at that. Oh, please. I'm going to just waltz on into Mars's home. The guy who kidnapped his kid and left a scar on his face. And he's going to accept me with open arms after I broke a deal with him, tried to murder his son, and tried to make him look like a little bitch.
Not even close to what I was saying.
I
If
mean-
you showed up, as I said, the contract we currently have is to get you dead or alive. If we bring you in alive, well, that would have you in the estate. And if you were to, say, have two pieces of the thing that you needed to regain your power, and we were to put you in a situation that the third piece might so happen to fall into your hands.
You could be brought to the Neris estate, awaiting trial of some sort, and an accident could happen, and whoops, the staff found its way to your cell.
Lady Siren's just sitting there. As long as I get what I want and make sure the rest of my crew is out of the clutches of the Scorpion Queen and the Lamprey Dogma, I see no issue with this.
You make good on the lady's wish, you get your full form back, and you return home, spreading the word of the good nature of the Lockwood Natural Wonders.
Give him a little wink.
Roll a persuasion check. Just
Good time for that one. That is a 19 on the die, 26.
21 was mine.
all right. Well, he is way more agreeable to this whole situation. So long as he's getting what he wants, and Siren, so long as she's getting what she wants, they're all aboard in doing this.
Seems like everybody's happy. And of course, we get paid from this.
No,
And
naturally. And it's an honor to be able to help out Lady Siren, of course. I say, again, kind of just like...
You may not know it, but you assisting here, Mr. Lockwood, will not only assist our entire organization, but it might actually give us a little bit of a power display before an entire kingdom of Azamar. We could be making allies here. We could be making the seas a little bit more tolerable to our whims.
Rising tide benefits all ships.
And if you should happen to leave the Dragon Man alive but terrified, I think that would make,
Oh, that would make me extra happy.
yes. Try not to kill him. I'm assuming there might be
Oh, I don't
some
want
way
him
with
dead. I want him alive to squirm.
Works for me.
Almarad's just like biting his lip, just like, oh, I can't wait for this shit to go down.
Works for me.
Seems agreeable to this, Captain.
So all we're going to need from here is to get you out there, make you look a little roughed up, and bring you in some form of containment.
Almarad, if you were to, let's say some incredibly handsome and intelligent adventurers came in and managed to snag you and bring you away back to the Neris estate, what would be a very convincing condition for you to come back as a living prisoner? Because if we're going to bring you here, it's going to have to be convincing, and it's going to, if there's some way to nullify your magic abilities or make you appear crippled.
Make him appear nullified, perhaps.
Yeah.
Siren kind of just like smirks and looks to you. Well, lucky for you, I happen to be the only person in the entire South Seas Allegiance who has a hand in magic.
That does sound like it would come in handy.
She like
very
she,
lucky
she like
for us.
she holds her hand up and Black kind of like lurches up, opens his mouth, and a little torrent of water kind of like spurts out in a bubble.
Very impressive.
Vagan runs into you guys, just like screaming, just like, "Oh no! Okay.
Oh, you survived.
Oh, yeah, I survived. That's great. I kind of like walked off on myself to see if I could find what I was looking for, which I did. Is great. We have a problem. We have a serious problem.
And that is?
The Splendor Mars collapsing.
We should leave. We should probably leave. Which way shall we?
Well, we can head out back that way." He turns around and you watch as the waterfall kind of like lures. It kind of like lurches over the hole that you guys came from.
We'll discuss this when we're outside, I think. Let's just start running in...
Do you want to run? Do you want to run that way?
No, I think we'll go out the way Lady Siren came in.
Siren looks over to the water wall that she just came from, kind of like holds her hand to the side to try like whisk the water like a curtain. Marble wall.
All right, that way works then.
Okay.
Shall we continue this discussion on the outside?
The water stops moving. Starts to spin slowly
I'm gonna say
around the room without hitting a microphone.
I said we should still get the fuck out of here. But
Yep, Siren looks to the other wall and waves her hand, marble wall. But this time the water doesn't actually move like water. It almost kind of undulates and makes a goopy noise as it closes on itself. The water continues to spin and spin and spin until it looks like you're actually in a giant whirlpool. The water below you is spinning, but now you also see a fin circle around the bottom.
Is this like a really impressive spell? You're just really trying to show off now, Siren?
This is not my doing, Mr. Lockwood.
I was hoping I was wrong.
The whirlpool continues, but it's starting to shrink.
okay, we tighten into the circle.
Yep. You guys getting towards the middle of the circle. The fin rises up. It starts circling, but then it goes vertical up the wall. As the water becomes a little bit more translucent, it looks like you're underwater. And a mangled great white shark jumps out of the water from one end into the other. That's where we leave off.
It's a big fish.
That's a lot of fish.
We're gonna need a
Hell of
bigger
a
boat.
hell of a cliffhanger there. Is that chapter 3?
That's chapter 3.
That is chapter 3. So we're going to have a little bit of a break here before we get into chapter 4. What a cliffhanger. We'll see you next week with a very special Halloween one-shot.
Ooh.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be spooky. It's going to be spooky, fun, and very Halloween tropey. But before we go,
As someone who's seen very few slashers and classic Halloween fare, I'm wondering how much stuff I'm just going to walk into.
well, don't worry, 'cause I have seen a lot. Before we go, however,
Should probably put my hand in this garbage disposal.
we got some art to look at.
Let's split up, gang. This always goes well.
It always goes well.
Nothing bad gonna happen in this empty alleyway.
Starting at number 1 here,
I'm gonna go have premarital sex.
we got some Magic Boys. We got Stretch and the Magic Cat, who I never got the name of, from Jasper PRL. Lovely little doodle there. Very cartoony.
I love them.
Can I eat you? No. I hate Mondays.
The bird has teeth like a horrifying goose. Next up, thank you kindly, Jasper PRL.
Stretch isn't gonna find very many corpses.
Probably not, but he never came in. That's his fault.
Yeah.
Delta Knight 44 with Almarad.
Yep, this is the thing I was talking about. This is the Godhead reference I made with the other artwork we saw.
Yep.
The one we saw on Friday.
Every time I see him, he's just like Bluto. That's what I see when I see Almarad.
That's kind of how I saw him, too.
I didn't even see the horse at first from way back here.
Just tiny.
Just a little pony.
Those little eyes.
Thank you kindly, Delta Knight. Next up, got our boy, the Satyr boy,
We got Vegan.
Vagan,
Vegan.
chilling out there, making his notes. Just giving that little like, what's this I'm looking at kind of face? You think you'd hide from me?
you
I
got
ain't gonna let you
secrets? You
get
got
away.
things you
That's neat. We're gonna die. Look at that rabbit. Thank you kindly. This is by Bangarang Eliko.
Yep.
Thank you kindly, Eliko. Next up, we got a costume party just in time for Halloween by Zodiac Eclipse. I like that Daikon just has Grammy's mask on backwards to scare Chick. Ezra dressed up as what looks to be a turkey or just a giant.
Is it the dire macaw that nearly
yeah, it's a
killed
giant
me?
dire macaw.
Yeah,
It's
that's
gotta be it.
right.
Nice.
Even I was confused. I'm like, wait. Oh my god, that is it.
Still looking at
Dagon,
personality
quick,
traits.
ask me if I'm a dragon. Are you a dragon, Eloy?
Yes.
Eloy goes as Gore. Thank you kindly, Zodiac Eclipse, whose commissions are open. Next up, we got an Eloy here by Symbiotic Void Monkey, or just at Void Monkey. That's one sassy assy right there. Thumbs up, over the shoulder. Also got that square jaw.
Yeah. Little gap tooth. Not too bad. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Trying to
He's
do
a
that
donkey.
comic pose where you can see his tits and his ass in the same shot.
Next up, we got the Plushy Princess by Ziga Exeron. Behold, the Plushy Princess!
Yeah, I was just like, wait a minute, did I leave it off the table?
Oh, she's over here. I don't let people touch my toys over here. Thank you kindly, Ziga_Exeron. Next up, by Scrap Paper 22, we've got Almarad, who's been double-crossed. We took a good look at this one on Friday, but when you zoom in there, there's a lot of detail that goes into that scarring. It looks awesome. I also love his chipped, mangled up teeth.
The line work is so good.
Thank you kindly, Scrap Paper 22. Next up. Fat horse. By MFS Arts, we got this fucking Heihachi,
Yeah, just the
Heihachi looking
Almarad.
Almarad here.
I love
riding
how
off into the
Almarad's
distance.
I love how Almarad's become a little bit more of a staple. I'm very happy people are getting into him.
I like to imagine like a toddler Almarad just riding like a tiny little like rocking horse, just a little fat kid. Just
Put another quarter in.
he looks exactly like this, but he just has like a spinny top hat on. Thank you, MFS Arts, for this wonderful black and white piece. Very rare that we get black and white pieces from you, but this one looks great. Next up. How could we not include this one? I absolutely love it.
It would be a sin if I didn't include this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to scroll down. And
It's up.
can't-
It went up.
Oh, it went up. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I switched it between. I
There
got
we
it for
go.
you. Scandranin.
Scandranin 01. I just love everybody's expression on this is perfect,
No,
and
that
it's
looks
in that
amazing.
great Invader Zim style.
Yeah.
Kumga, ride the pig. Also, Frida as Gaz.
Yeah, Gaz Frida out there in the background. Again, we took a good look at this one on Friday. You can also see Stretch in the background, just waiting for a meal.
Just hungry.
Good looking stuff. Thank you kindly, Scandranin01. I
This
love
guy's
it.
never gonna get a fucking meal. Everything's leaves now.
I know.
God damn it.
I was waiting for us to have a big fat genie corpse to feed him and be like, hey, you know what? If you keep coming with us, you're going to get more. But
Yeah. How many times at this point have we told him, look, if you just follow us, one of us is going to wind
look,
up
you would have
dead."
followed us into the Splendor Maw. There
Yeah,
were rabbits
all you-
aplenty.
Yeah, all you have to do is dig through the gold and you find the knoll.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you kindly.
And then you imprison Stretch in the fucking Splendor Maw
Yeah,
forever.
what a good twist for him.
Cag of Amatrilla, this motherfucker.
That you're hungry now!
Next up,
In the ever-shifting prison of treasure!
we got Eloy by Scrap Paper 22 thinking about what exactly is a scorpion queen, that land crab.
Have you paused to consider a queen scorpion?
So is that, my favorite piece to this is, so does that make her daughter a Pinchess? Thank you so much, Scrap Paper 22. Next up.
A
We
blast
got-
from the past.
Yeah, blast from the past with Victor, the first big bad. I love that his head is this giant flayed monstrosity that, like, you can see his brain sticking out from the top. Also, his tentacle mustache is great. I love
Yeah,
that.
that's a good touch.
Lots of great Eldritch Abomination monstrosity. This is by @Shell_Mel. Thank you kindly, Shell Mel. Next up. Got a Grammy card here by The Swine Lord.
I feel like I would like have...
she's so gnarly. I love it.
Yeah, I want like that, like... I feel like that looks like a poster you would have like in a weird like Halloween kitchen or
No,
something.
dude.
The best-
This is what they put on the fucking maps. Here be dragons. This is it.
Yeah, the best I could do to describe it on Friday was, remember those scary tales to tell in the dark books? It looks
Yeah.
like that art style, and it looks great. Thank you kindly, The Swine Lord. And is that it, or do we have one more? That's it.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll have a very special Halloween one-shot next week. So tune in if you dare. Next time at the table.
Peace.